What up, soul siblings? My name is Michael. Welcome to Misfit Tarot, the channel where you can come as you are and feel right at home, because when no one fits in, everyone has a place. Alright, so today's reading is going to be encouraging messages from your spirit squad. I wanted to make this reading because I just know that, if you're like me, there's a lot of times when you're going through a situation that's maybe challenging, frustrating, confusing, just a tough time in your life, and you really are finding it hard to, stay on the spiritual path and have faith and keep going. So I wanted to bring in your spirit squad to really bring you some encouraging messages to let some reasons why you need to keep going and really pump you up. I chose these little balls here because I saw them at the dollar store, and they were labeled pom-poms on the little bag. And when I thought of pom-poms, I thought of cheerleaders. And I think that's, one thing that our spiritual team is really here to do for us. That's why I changed it from, I usually say spirit team. Now it's the spirit squad, because I feel like that's more like cheerleader-esque. They're like, yeah, we got spirit, so they're gonna come in today and really give you guys some encouragement for this tough time in your life that you're going through. As far as a breakdown of the reading, we're gonna start out with a song card. I'm working on this deck here with another dollar store find. These little cheap index cards, but yeah, basically each card has a song title on it, and it's just something I'm going to experiment with on this reading to see how it fits in to my readings. And I hope it goes well, because I love music, I love sharing music. So I'm hoping that'll be something that continues into my readings from now on. Second, we're going to get an energy check with the oracle cards and just see what is this situation that you guys are going through right now, so I can get some background and really get tapped into your energy. And then after that, we're going to go into the tarot. We're going to be using this tarot here, the Mystical Manga Tarot, as well as the Tarot of the Divine. I just like the way these look because they have that circle in the middle where the pom-pom fits. But we're going to ask two questions with the tarot. One, how are you already killing it when it comes to this situation? And get you some props there. And then we're going to ask, what are some blessings coming on the other side of this situation? So, that's some encouragement that will come, that will be useful to you guys to know, like that I'm not just struggling with this thing to survive. It's like I'm struggling with this because there is something better coming on the other side. After that, we're going to get some final advice with the Believe in Your Own Magic oracles, and just get a final message from your spirit squad, see what they want to tell you at the end of the reading. And then, as always, I'm going to end it with the Spark Magic matches. So go ahead and pick your guys' group. We got 3 today: pink, pom-pom, white, and blue. Whichever one is calling to you guys more intuitively, go ahead and choose. Pause the video if you need to. Take your time, and I will see you guys in your reading later. What up, group 1? If you guys chose this little pink, maybe even coral, I'm not exactly sure what color, but if you guys chose this little pom-pom, this is going to be the encouraging messages from your spirit squad. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Like I said, experimenting a little bit this time with my new deck. It's honestly not even a whole deck. I've been working on it, but I've only gotten through A as far as the artists. I think there's a couple scattered in there that are not A artists, but I'm working on it. It'll grow as time goes on and as I keep working on it, but I just really wanted to try it out already, even though I'm not finished with it, and just see what it adds to the reading, because I love music and I've been really excited about incorporating that into my reading somehow. The only thing is, with these cards, I can't overhand shuffle it like I usually do, where they fly out, so I'm just gonna have to cut it and Pick one. Alright, so you guys got Complicated by Avril Lavigne. If you guys don't know that song, check it out. Wonderful song. If you do, then you guys know what's up. Rock on to you guys. So what I did with these is I used colors to kind of represent the energy that I feel with the song. So each of these colors represents, you know, the energy of a chakra. And then if I used black on it, I brought that in as, like, you know, this is Misfit Tarot, and my whole thing is people who are misfits are people who don't fit in. Like, we do have our communities, we do have different parts that are the same as each other, but we're not doing it to fit in. We're doing it because that is a part of us, and then we connect with people just based off them having that same part of them. It's not about trying to fit in with where you're at. It's about attracting your true energetic matches in the world. So Complicated definitely had the misfit energy. It's all about, you know, Avril Lavigne's talking about her friend who's like, she says, "You're trying to be cool, you look like a fool to me." And what else does she say? You're somebody else around everyone else. So yeah, the energy I get from this song is definitely somebody who's like, you know, be yourself. Don't try to be like anybody else. I actually love you more when you are your true self and you're not trying to, like, please or be like other people. Who you are behind closed doors, you know, that's who I want you to be all around. So there's a message already from your spirit squad. And then I put that it has all the chakra energies. I think to have this misfit energy, you need to be, you know, unblocked in all of these energies. So, you know, the root chakra is about your sense of belonging, security. Like I said, if you don't feel like you belong just in yourself as you are, if you don't feel like you just belong in this world being different, then you're not going to have that misfit energy. You're going to be trying to, like I said, conform, fit in to whatever's around you. With this sacral chakra energy, you know, it's all about being creative and feeling like you deserve to have a pleasurable and enjoyable life. I definitely think, like I said, same thing. If you're going to have this misfit energy and be different and think outside the box and express yourself in a different way, or just express yourself how you personally are, you have to believe that you deserve that. And a lot of that comes from just joy, like what makes you happy. Because, like I said, if you're making choices based off what's going to make you fit in, that might not necessarily be the most fulfilling for you. With this yellow energy, the solar plexus chakra energy, you know, that's all about your personal will, believing in yourself and what you desire, and believing that you can make it happen. So again, you can't have that misfit energy of being who you are if you don't believe that you as an individual have a purpose here, and that whatever you want, you can make it happen. Heart chakra, unconditional love. You know, you definitely have to have unconditional love for yourself, and I think you have to have unconditional love for other people as well, because if you don't have unconditional love for yourself, then when other people judge you, you're going to get out of this misfit energy, and like I said, you're going to go back to trying to fit in. And if you don't have unconditional love for other people, then you're going to, again, you're just going to take away happiness from yourself, because you're going to see yourself as fighting other people when, you know, in reality, we're all one, we're all connected, we all have a place here, we're all at our own stage in the journey. And yeah, I think to really have true peace and happiness in being yourself, you need to accept people for how they are as well. With the blue energy here, throat chakra, Obviously, expressing yourself is a big part of that. To embody this misfit energy, you can't be hiding it. You need to let it out and express yourself how you truly are. With the purple third eye energy, that's all about following your intuition, following your dreams, seeing things that don't exist yet, but you know that they can be. That comes to your whole energy. Again, you might look around and see all these different types of people, and a lot of them are kind of conforming in the same ways. But if you can see in your mind's eye a person that's completely unique and has all their own little set of rules, then you can become that. And then with this last one, the crown chakra, that's our connection to spirit, being outside of our ego. I think that it's, very important to have that energy too if you're going to be living your best life, because you have to have trust at some point that, again, like I said, we're not just here to fit into society. We're here to add something new, and that has to come from somewhere, and I think a lot of us, believe that comes from the spiritual realm. So yeah, long explanation there, because like I said, this song makes me feel all of those energies. But yeah, we'll see how this song relates to the rest of you guys reading. So let's go ahead and get into the energy check and see what your guys' situation is. While I'm doing this, I'm going to kind of think of the lyrics of the song just in case anything else pops up later. Chill out, what you yelling for? Sorry if my singing is terrible. So you guys got two Mystic Misfit cards there. We got the pumpkin and the unicorn. Very cool combination there. Let's go ahead and look at the Fantasma Oracle. Lay back, it's all been done before. One-on-one, but you become somebody else and everyone else. Watching your back, you can't relax. Trying to be cool, you look like a fool to me. Going to the Intuition Oracle now. The last little piece of the puzzle, where you guys are at right now. Alright, so let's start with the Mystic Misfit Oracle Pumpkin. It's number 31. The pumpkin looms in the shadows, an ominous sight to foe and a ward for the beholder. Ward, protection, hidden, contrary, mischief. Okay, and then the unicorn, we have number 12. The unicorn, a pure symbol. She represents healing and assurance of spirit. She offers acceptance, understanding, and compassion for herself and others. Healing, clarity, faith, purity, assurance, miracles, empathy, caring, insight, compassion. Wow, really beautiful energy for you guys already. Let's see what's up with this flip. The flip. Chance is a factor here, as it often is in most situations. Don't focus on the outcome as much as what's at stake. These preparations will help you regardless of how it lands. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so with this one we have the Initiator. I overcome resistance and do what must be done now. Okay. You cannot make significant changes in your life if you cannot overcome your natural resistance to doing what you know has to be done. You can initiate action to improve your situation in spite of any fears and insecurities. If you can initiate action to improve your situation in spite of any fears and insecurities, You will soon see positive results. Fear of the unknown is the biggest obstacle to making a change. However, you must have confidence that you possess an innate ability to guide yourself on the proper course to achieve your desires. Indecisiveness is incompatible with initiation. You must not allow inertia or any other common obstacle to stop you from making the changes you know are essential. There is an urgency to this card. You cannot wait any longer, even though you may want to gather more information before you act. You must see your situation stripped bare of any elements that are not really important and make your decision based only on what is real and meaningful to you. Okay, so definitely painting a picture here, and I see now why you got the song complicated, because it says here with the initiator card, you must see your situation stripped bare of any elements that are not really important and make your decision based only on what is real and meaningful to you. So it's basically saying uncomplicate your situation. With this flip card, it's telling me that, you know, the thing you're going for, there's no way to know if it's going to work out or not. So if you're waiting for some sign to know of, oh, if I do this, will it work out? You're not going to get it. This is one of those things, and there are many of these things in life where you just got to take a chance. You got to take the leap. And like it said with this flip card, these preparations will help you regardless of how it lands. So whether it works out or it doesn't, it is the right path for you. Because even if you go for something that you feel is right and it doesn't work out, then rejection is protection and redirection. It's either, you know, protecting you from a path that you're not supposed to go down, and usually if that's the case, then it's redirecting you towards something better, whether it's just a small redirection or it's taking you totally a different way. It's something that you can't know until you go for the first part. Trying to think of a good example, but I think that's a pretty good example. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like when you're trying to learn something, you can't skip the steps. I guess for one example, it would be like if you're learning an instrument, I guess, let's say, first you have to learn the notes, and then once you learn how to read the music, you know, and there's always different ways around that. Not everybody reads music, people do it their own way, but essentially there's steps to the process, and if you try to skip a step, then you're not going to be fully developed in what you're trying to do. So yeah, basically the energy we're getting here is that you are at some point where you need to move forward with something. And it said, you know, with this initiator card, there is urgency to this card. You cannot wait any longer, even though you may want to gather more information before you act. So I think that you guys are, like I said, maybe overcomplicating things and trying to know if this is going to work out or not. And it's really just time to act now. You have all the information you need up to now. Take the action, see what happens, leave yourself open and vulnerable to failure, because failure is not the end of the story. One thing that I like to say is failure is a speed bump. It's not a roadblock. It's just, you know, something on the way that, like I said, it might redirect you, it might make you take a break, but it's definitely going to teach you something. But it's only going to stop you if you let it, if you stop pushing forward. You know, and like I said, sometimes, most of the time, it's not just going to be the path that you see or the path that you think you're going. That's exactly where you're going to go. It never works out like that. Life is so unpredictable. It's so full of mystery that's part of what makes it beautiful. But yeah, like I said, you might think you're going this way, and then something happens, you have some kind of failure, and you say, oh shoot, okay, well maybe I'll do it a little bit different and go this way. And then you're going that way and you're like, okay, this is the way, and then something else happens and you're like, oh shoot, like that didn't work out, maybe I should try this. Like, just keep that motivation. Know that you have the skills necessary to fulfill your dreams, to fulfill your desires. With this unicorn card, I mean, it says very clearly, you are somebody who's pure, healing, has assurance of spirit. You guys are very intuitive. You're very connected to the spiritual world. You know, you're very special. Obviously, unicorn, we talk about somebody who's like somebody that's hard to believe that they exist. And that's what you guys are. There's many cards in this deck. This unicorn is not going to come out for everybody. But it says you offer acceptance, understanding, and compassion for yourself and others. So, you know, I think maybe at this point you're offering a little bit more acceptance and compassion and everything to others more than you are to yourself. So a little bit of advice coming through there is like, you know, when you're feeling like everything needs to be perfect or you're a failure, like, show yourself the same compassion as you would show somebody else. If you had a friend or a family member or somebody you loved who was faced with this decision that you're faced with right now, what advice would you give them? Would you tell them, oh, you know, you should probably wait, like, what if you're not good enough, or what if you're not ready? Like, no, you'd probably be like, hey, fucking go for it. You're amazing. You can do this. I know it's gonna work out. And even if it doesn't, like, you'll find another way. Like, this is meant for you. If you feel like this is meant for you, go for it. And yeah, similar energy with this pumpkin card here. This pumpkin card represents to me that you're somebody who is very much a protector. It says that you are, basically, you're somebody that, if I always describe this pumpkin card as like an angel. Like, if you're somebody's angel, then somebody who wishes your loved one harm is going to be scared to see you. They're going to be like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have fucked with that person. They have this pumpkin, they have this angel on their side protecting them. Now I got to fucking deal with them, and I got their consequences of them coming at me. And then for the person that you're protecting, they're like, oh my God, thank God I have this angel. Like, what would I do if they weren't here to protect me? So, just beautiful energy from you guys. I hope you guys can see that and know that this is your energy right here. Unicorn and pumpkin, like I said, somebody who's very spiritually in tune, somebody who's got a huge heart, who has so much compassion for people, somebody who's a protector of the ones they love. A lot of times when this card comes out, you know, it can be for parents or some kind of caregivers, but even if not, just the way you are with your friends, with the people you love, like, you are looking out for them, and they really respect you, and everybody in your life really looks up to you with this unicorn card. Like, these are two very, very highly respected energies to come out together for sure. So yeah, that's the energy we have so far. Now let's get some encouraging messages from your spirit squad. See what they want to say with some tarot cards. We're going to go with the mystical manga first and ask, how are you guys killing it right now? So this is definitely something that always helps me when I'm having a tough time. It's actually advice that I have gotten from another tarot reader through my spirit squad, is that you know, when when things are tough and you're not in the most positive, hopeful mindset, or like I said, you're faced with some challenge where you don't know if you can do it or not, you don't know if it's going to work out, you don't know if it's the right path, all this kind of stuff, you're not feeling so confident in yourself, it's really important to look at the points in life where we've already overcome so much. Like, it's insane. Like, no matter how old you are, there is so much that you have overcome in your life to get where you are today, and there's so many ways that you've grown from where you were to where you are now. So that's the energy that I'm trying to get right now with these cards from your Spirit Squad. How is Group 1 killing it already? How are they killing it through this situation? Okay. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Yeah, one more. The moon. Okay. So, with this Two of Wands coming out in reverse, this is telling me that you guys, that pretty much reminds me of this flip card, because with the flip, you're talking about flipping a coin, there's two options, heads or tails. It's going to go this way or that way. And the Two of Wands talks about you have something that you're passionate about, and there's basically two ways it could go. It could go this way or it can go that way, and you need to make that choice. And I think what this is telling me, as far as giving you props for where you're at, I think the fact that you guys have made that decision, and basically you've completed this step of choosing which way you're going to go. Like I said, right now you're just kind of at the precipice of taking that action. This initiator card said, I overcome resistance and do what must be done now. So you do need to take the action still, but as far as making the choice, you've already done that, and that is not something that's easy to do, especially when it comes to something you're passionate about. When it comes to something we're passionate about, we care about it so much that the last thing we want is to see it fail, or to see it not come out the way we want, you know what I mean? But again, part of life is sometimes, we're just humans, and we're living in a big, huge fucking universe. We're just this little speck of dust, and the universe is this big, giant, huge organism, you know what I mean, that is just full of infinite possibilities. And it's hard for us to imagine sometimes, like, how amazing things can actually turn out. Like I said, you might be thinking, my vision is this and this is how I want it to go, but in reality, the energy I'm getting is it's gonna turn out even better than that. And there's things that you're gonna learn along your path of working on this passion and following this passion, that are gonna add things into your mind and into your perspective that you don't have right now. So, like, yes, like I said, you have come a long way from where you are to getting to this point where you have a passion project and you're moving forward with it and you're making it go the way you want to go. But just know that as you keep pushing forward each step of the way, you're not going to see the end, because the end is, right now, it's really unfathomable to you, because you're not the person that you're going to be when you're at that end point, when you're sitting on that throne and you've established, you've created, here's the thing, you can create it, but it's going to evolve, you know what I mean? Your passion project is not something where you create it and it's the same thing day one as it is on day 5,000. After after months and years, it will evolve, it will grow, and it will get even better. So um, yeah, your spirit squad really just wants to commend you on taking your dreams and taking the steps to planning it and having, building your vision for something that you are meant for something that's going to help people, you know what I mean? And like I said, just a little bit of advice they have is like, go for it, because each step is only going to add to your journey. Like, it's going to teach you things that are going to help you grow, which is going to help your idea grow into something that you can't even imagine at this point. Okay, with this 10 of Wands in reverse, I think what they're telling me here as far as how you're killing it is that one thing you've done recently is you've let go of burdens that are not yours to carry. Um, you know, like I said, you're this beautiful protector, you're this wonderful light for the people in your life, and I think you spent a lot of time focusing on other people because you believed that that was kind of your only purpose, and it is a huge part of your purpose. I think it's a huge part of what makes you passionate about whatever you're going towards, but it's not your only purpose. Another purpose is for you to share this stuff with yourself, to protect yourself. I think you're getting better at setting boundaries with people and saying, I don't have the time that I used to in my life to spend with you guys or to offer you what I used to offer you, because I'm working on my own thing now. I'm making myself a priority in my own life. And I think that's really beautiful. And your spirit squad thinks they're really fucking proud of you for that, because that's not easy for somebody who comes from being a people pleaser, for somebody who comes from a place of believing that they're just here to serve others and their needs come second. You're changing that narrative, and you're really basically, the image of this person with the 10 of Wands is they're carrying 10 wands, and it's really heavy, and it's just this big burden, and it's more than they should be carrying by themselves. It's not something that's sustainable, and it's tiring them out. But with this 10 of Wands coming in reverse, and even with this image here, she's taking one of the wands, and what I imagine is like she's giving this back to somebody, saying, you know what, I've been carrying this for you, but this is yours to carry now. And then she's going to take another one and say, I've been carrying this for you, this is yours to carry now. Like, you can figure this out, you can figure this out. I'm here for support, but I'm not here to be at your beck and call. I'm not here to carry this with me. That is your burden to carry. I have a bunch of my own shit that I need to worry about, and a lot of stuff that's taking my energy already. And if that's upsetting to you, a lot of times when people like you, they start setting these boundaries, you lose people. You guys are probably losing people, or have been in the process of losing people throughout the recent past, because you're learning how to take care of yourself more and make yourself a priority. And some people don't like that. They're like, wait a second, you're supposed to be the one that I can just call whenever and you'll be here like that, or that I can spew all my problems onto you and you'll sit there and you'll take them on for me. And now you're just not doing that. And maybe some people, like I said, they don't like that, and they might say like, oh, well, you changed, you don't really care about me. It's like, no, like, actually I cared about you way too much, and you're not caring enough about yourself. So that's kind of how that wand is giving it back to that person and saying, you know what, like, yes, I have been taking on your emotions and figuring stuff out for you, but it's time for you to do that for yourself. I'm actually not doing you any favors by doing those things for you. I'm learning now that when you take care of yourself, you actually have much more to give. And I recently read something about how happiness works, and people think that happiness comes from like having more stuff, basically, like having more money is gonna make you happy because then you can have more freedom to do this or that. But um, on a biological perspective, one of the things that makes us most happy is overcoming challenges. It's biologically built into us as human beings to have a challenge. It's like why do people love puzzles so much? Like, we love puzzles because it's built into us. That's how we've evolved. That's what makes us human. We see a problem, and then we use our brain and we have fun with it, and we fix the problem, and then the reward is that sense of accomplishment. And when you get a reward, it releases dopamine. That's like a natural drug response. It's a natural high when we solve problems. So again, when you let yourself be the person that people put their problems onto you and you solve it for them, it doesn't actually make them happy. And I think you've realized that, like, what really makes us happy is looking at our problems and overcoming them. It's not that we want, we think that what we want is for our problem to disappear. We don't care how that happens. But in reality, biologically, the most fulfilling way for us to get rid of those problems is to do it ourselves and to use our minds and our strong spirits to like I said, overcome those obstacles. So like I said, kudos to you guys there. With this moon card, the moon talks about, a little bit, it talks about a lot of things, but I'm just gonna keep it with the energy that I'm getting right now. Specific energy I'm getting from this moon card is your guys' strong intuition. Like I said, when you have a passion project, when you are very spiritual, it's very tough to follow your intuition at the level that you guys do. The moon is a major arcana card. So that makes it very, very, it makes it a major deal. Basically, it makes it a little bit bigger deal than when minor arcana cards come up. Basically, but the fact that this moon card is coming up, and the energy it's giving me is that it's not easy to follow your intuition in life, because like I said, you might do things and other people don't understand it. When it comes to intuition, a lot of times we don't even understand it. It's not a logical process. It is the opposite, essentially, of logic. Intuition is separate from the logical thought process. So when you follow your intuition and then somebody asks you to explain that, or they need some kind of explanation, you don't really have it. And then if you're not grounded in yourself and grounded in your beliefs and really just not giving a fuck what other people think, it can be embarrassing. It's like somebody asks you, oh, like, you're doing that, why? And then literally your only answer is because, like, I feel like it. I feel called to it. I feel a calling towards it. I just know that it's meant for me. Because a lot of people, they don't make their decisions like that. They make their decisions off, okay, what is going to make me the most money? What is the timeline that I can accomplish this? What is realistic? Like, how is this gonna affect the people around me? What are people gonna think about it? Like, so many things that they find reasons to do something, but you're not doing that, and your spirit team is so proud of you, because like I said, that is not something that everybody can do. It is something that takes a lot of inner strength and a lot of confidence and a lot of trust in yourself and a lot of love for yourself. You really have to like love yourself unconditionally to be able to move forward with something that you can't explain. Because like I said, if you're doing something and other people start giving you this energy of, oh, but don't you know that only this amount of people actually make that happen, or oh, do you really think that that's a realistic path for your life, or you know what I mean, all this kind of shit that they can do to make you feel like you're not doing what's meant for you. But you sit there and you say, I get that it doesn't make sense, but for me it doesn't have to. I feel it, I know it, and that's enough. And that, like I said, that's just a beautiful thing. And your spirit squad really wants to pat you on the back for all these things, but most of all for following your intuition and making it more important to follow your heart and stay loyal to yourself and your future, and realizing your dreams than caring about fitting in or explaining yourself to other people. And yeah, just please don't lose that faith in your intuition. Please don't lose that faith in your inner guidance, because I know when you're doing something like this and you're following your dreams, again, it's with this flip card, like I said, it could go either way. Like, you're literally on this path and you know it and you feel it, but in reality, it could go either way. So, like I said, if you were somebody who's looking for reassurance in the physical world of, oh, if I do this, it's definitely going to work out, so that's how I know it's meant for me. It's kind of basically the idea of seeing isn't believing, believing is seeing. So, like I said, there's people who they think seeing is believing, so it's like, oh, well, I know that if I go to school for this many years and get this degree, then I'll make this amount of money from this job, and that's going to be my life. Like, that's seeing everything. So you already know what's going to happen. There's really no belief there. But believing that you're going to see something later is like, I love singing, and I'm going to be a singer. I feel called to do it. I feel like that's my purpose in life. It fulfills me like nothing else in this world, and I'm going to go for it. And there's obviously thousands and thousands and thousands of people trying to do exactly that, but not everybody can hold that faith of, I will make this happen. Because again, when there's so many people trying to do something and there's no way to know when you're going to get that break and when it's going to turn from effort into tangible success, there's hundreds and hundreds of chances along the way for you to just give up before you achieve your dream. But again, you guys really have the power to hold that belief all the way until, even if you're following your dream and things seem to be not working out, like you're not getting any recognition, things are not growing, things are not moving forward, but you still keep pushing every day, every week, every month. You're pushing little by little to to put more into your dream, until eventually, like I said, one day it's just gonna, you don't know what spirit is gonna bring for you that's gonna help you. Like I said with the singing example, say every day you're singing, you're making videos of you singing, you're putting yourself out there on social media, but maybe you're not getting a lot of followers, you're not getting a lot of likes, you're not getting a lot of recognition, you're not getting anybody in the business that's noticing you or wants to work with you, but you're still like, you know what? Regardless, like I said, this fulfills me more than anything else. I'd rather, you know, live a simple life and doing this, fighting for my dream, than I would to just give up and go the normal route where I know things are going to be more secure. So you keep putting out videos, you keep singing, and your voice keeps growing, and you keep learning new techniques about singing, and you keep finding more of your own voice. And then all of a sudden, months, years down the line of putting in that hard work, all of a sudden it takes one person that sees your video and says, hey, you have a beautiful voice, I want to work with you, I'm working on this song right now, will you sing on it? Boom, all of a sudden it has paid off. So whatever your situation is, obviously not everybody watching this is going to be a singer, but that was just my one example. I think that can translate to just about anything, but yeah, really, really amazing energy from you guys. And I want to now ask the next question, which is, what are the blessings coming for you guys if you can, like I said, stay determined and keep following your intuition and keep, setting boundaries with people and spending more time on yourself and your dreams and taking that action even when you don't know what the outcome is going to be, but really following your passion in life. Yeah, let's see. What are some blessings coming for you guys as you stay committed to yourself, stay committed to your dreams, stay dedicated to your growth? What are some blessings coming for you guys? Jesus. That's a lot. That's too much. Okay, I think that's all that wants to come out there. Okay, so I'm going to put that at the end. But, okay, as far as blessings coming for you guys, Page of Coins, that's very promising. Page of Coins. Page of Coins talks about essentially learning about new ways to bring in material abundance into your life. So I think that as you move forward on your path, whatever it is, like I said, if we keep going with the singing example, if you're a singer, you might think going into it that the only way to make money from singing is to make a song and then put it on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, and then get money from that song. But then as you go down this path and you keep dedicating yourself to it, like I said, you don't know what opportunities are going to come in for you. Maybe somebody asks you to do a commercial. Maybe somebody asks you, or maybe you find out that you like to do comedy and you start singing like parody songs or something like that. I don't know. Basically, the point of this card is a blessing that's coming for you if you stay dedicated on your path, whatever it is your passion is that you're moving towards right now. there will be more ways to be successful with your passion, with your talent, than like I said, than you know right now. And maybe you do know these things, but maybe you're not thinking about it. So one blessing coming for you, if you stay dedicated towards your passion, is that there will be more than one way to make money from this thing. And that's going to bring you so much abundance, and it's going to make it more fun because you'll be able to use your talent in different ways, and you'll be able to help more people. You know what I mean? Which I know is something very important to you guys. So with this Queen of Swords is somebody who is very much like a not super emotional person as far as when it comes to making decisions. This is more somebody who puts their emotions aside and looks at things logically, but who at the same time is very fair. This is somebody who will listen to people with differing perspectives than their own. But at the end of the day, they're still the one that's going to decide, is this best for me or is it not? So I think a blessing coming for you is just kind of a more confident, more balanced energy. Like I said, maybe right now in your life, you're making things a little bit more complicated than they need to be. You're thinking about all kinds of factors. You're factoring more things into your decision making process than need to be part of it. But if you keep working on this, work on following your intuition, work on taking that first step even when you don't know the outcome, then, as you get through this, basically you're going to move from this level of, basically this level of a beginner to this level of an expert. You're going to be in this queen energy. You're not just going to be some subject in the kingdom. You're going to be the queen. Like, you're going to be the boss, basically. Right now, you might not see yourself as that, but that's what you're working towards. Like, when you're working on your passion project, you're doing that, because you want to be your own boss, basically. You are the boss of your passion and you have your vision. And like I said, that's exactly what you're headed towards. And you're headed towards, like I said, being the boss of your life in a way where you're not overthinking things, where you have a decision to make, and like I said, you're not letting your emotions come in and say, oh my gosh, like, what if this happens, what if that happens. You're just going to be like, okay, this is the action I need to take, let's do it. And that might seem a little crazy from where you're at right now. I definitely know that feeling. But yeah, that's where you're headed, and that's what you're going to be blessed with if you keep, like I said, just going through the stage that you're at right now. If you're just beginning, you're just beginning. But the next step you take, you'll be, a veteran. And then after you go through your veteran stage, then you'll be, like I said, you'll be at the queen stage. You'll be at the master level, the expert level. So, yeah, it's just you're gonna have a lot more mental clarity. Life is not gonna be so complicated. You're going to be able to just see what you need to do and do it because you want to do it, and because you're not afraid if it's not gonna work out or not. Like with this queen energy, you can see this is somebody. Do they look afraid of fucking failure to you? I don't think so. They don't look afraid of anything to me. So That's the energy that you can look forward to as long as you keep pushing through where you're at right now and keep growing. This Five of Swords talks about basically like fighting with people, and you're essentially you're winning and they're losing. So what I see with this coming as a blessing is that okay, that makes sense. So I think a blessing that's coming for you guys is that you will be successful in this passion that you have. You guys have the drive, you have the good heart, you have the talent, you have the passion, you have the strong connection to your intuition, to where you don't need to know the outcome to know that this is meant for you, and you're not going to quit until you embody and you achieve what is meant for you. And I think a blessing coming for you in the future with this Five of Swords is basically anybody who told you along the way that what you're doing is stupid or unrealistic, or you can tell that they just really don't think it's going to happen, or they're like, oh yeah, good luck with that. Then you're going to get to look back and say, like, I don't want to be like toxic and say it's like, haha, like I was right, you were wrong, but I think we can all relate as human beings that is a very satisfying feeling, to be that underdog and be the person that everybody's telling that they can't do something, that when you actually do it, and then you see those people again, you have this overwhelming sense of pride of like, not that not that you know you have hatred for them or something because they didn't believe in you. You'll have compassion for them, and knowing that they just didn't have that same belief in themselves, and that's why they couldn't support you. And they had to make up reasons for why what you want isn't possible, because they have reasons for themselves why following their passions and making their dreams a reality wasn't possible. But it's more just like a personal thing where you're going to be like, fuck yeah, I didn't let anybody in this world tell me that I wasn't going to do this. I fucking believed it, I knew it, and I made it happen. And that's going to be beautiful. And everybody's going to see that, and they're going to be like, fuck, I was wrong. Like, then they're going to believe it. You know what I mean? Because they could have believed you just from your energy from the start of saying, you know what? Whether this works out or not, this is my passion, and I'm going to go for it, and I am going to make it happen. Because that's what I believe. They could have taken the inspiration there and been like, oh, wow, like, I love that energy. I want to be in that energy. Like, I want to make my dreams come a reality. But unfortunately, in the world we live in, that's not what people live off of. People want facts and figures. People want proof. And like I said, if you keep going with this, you will be able to give them that proof at some point, and they're gonna be like, damn, I was so fucking wrong. Like, dreams do come true. And that person was not stupid. They were actually really fucking strong and powerful, and look at them now, and look at how much I respect them now. Like, I was such a fool for not showing them that respect back then. Like, damn, that's crazy. I've never interpreted the Five of Swords like that before, but I really love that it came out that way for you guys. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead into some final advice from your spirit squad. See what they want to leave you with when it comes to this situation. With the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. And all the decks I'm using will be listed in the description if you're interested. minus my personally made song deck, because that is not for sale. It's not even finished. But maybe one day, we'll see. I don't know what it's like to get licensing and stuff for people's songs and using them for decks. But hey, maybe that was a message for me too with this page of coins. Maybe that's something that I can make money from in the future that I wasn't even thinking about. Maybe I can create my own deck. That's pretty cool. Thanks, guys, for sharing that message with me. So yeah, final advice from your spirit squad. Bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. Love that. Never seen that card, but I love it. Bitch fire. I'm gonna start using that. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out. There's no better way to say it. Someone in your life is trying to burn you at the stake. Maybe you didn't give them something they wanted, or you didn't let them get away with their bad behavior. Either way, they're trying to ruin your reputation. Rest assured your reputation will stay intact. Silence can be effective, but this is not that kind of situation. Get loud and let them have a taste of your bitch fire. Woo! Damn, I felt that. I'm getting a little fiery in my energy right now. I guess, yeah, something like that is going on with you guys. Like I said, you guys are this protector. You're this very giving person. Like I said, maybe you've been carrying more burden than you needed to for somebody, and they've really just been making you feel unappreciated, and they're not being grateful for you. They're being ungrateful. And maybe you've been nice about it, but I guess now it's time to tell that person or these people, like, just a final a final farewell, or just really make it known that, like, hey, I know that I've been this way in the past, but I am not that person anymore. Like, if you're expecting that same person, sorry, that's not me. And if you want to say that I've changed, yeah, you're fucking right. I have changed, and you haven't. So, maybe it's time that we go our separate ways, or something like that. I'm not saying that you have to, like, cut ties with this person or these people, whatever the situation is, but definitely what it's saying overall is, yeah, stand up for yourself. Basically, yeah, like I said, when it comes to who you are, you're a wonderful person, and you're out here trying to follow your dreams, and you're out here trying to better yourself. And if somebody else is not okay with that, then just let them know the truth of the situation. Like, not everything is about you. Like, this is actually me doing things for me. Sorry if you're taking it as me taking away things from you, but I never had to give you those things in the first place. Like, that was just me going out of my way to give you a lot of love, because that was all I knew at the time. But now it's my time to take some of that energy and give it back to myself. If you're not cool with that, then we can talk about it, but don't expect me to fucking agree with you, because I don't. So yeah, light that bitch fire. tell people how you feel. Yeah, so we're gonna end it off now with some spark magic matches, and just get some little some suggestion for something that you can do in your life. Maybe bring you some peace, or possibly some more encouragement, some more inspiration, something like that. We'll see what comes up. With these, you can choose one or the other, or you can just listen to both and see which one sounds like something you would rather do, or you can go ahead and do both, or neither one. It's up to you. But yeah, if you want to pick, go ahead and pick, and I'm just going to read them off. This one says, create an altar out of things you love. I can personally attest that this is very powerful. I have obviously my altar here. There's a whole bunch of stuff actually in the background that you can't see. I have like all these little things from previous videos that I've done. to pick the groups. It lets me see the progress I've made, how many videos I've made, how many people that I have helped. Yeah, I got plenty of stuff. I'm not going to show it all to you, but yes, creating an altar out of things you love is something that's very powerful, and it will definitely be helpful to you guys. Whatever this passion is that you have, like I said, if it's music, put things on your altar that are related to music. If whatever it is, just put things on your altar that really connect with you at a soul level. You can put things like this, little affirmations or whatever, just stuff on your altar that when you see it, it's going to create good energy, and it's going to give you motivation, and it's going to fuel your passion. Okay, next one. Write out all your wishes for the next year. Also seems like it came out definitely specifically for you guys. Seems like you guys have some dreams, and I know when it comes to dreams, it's hard to go from a place of not even thinking that your dreams can be fulfilled to being like, okay, I'm starting to believe that my dreams can come true. I'm going to take little steps to get there. But it's actually really cool if you can start just writing out everything that you want right now in your journey. Write out, like it says, for the next year, or even if you want to just do, no, I think a year is a good timeline. Write out for the next year all the things that you wish to be in your life, and then see as you go through the year, just see how many of those things you can check off, and then whatever's left over, put that to the next year. And then at that time, you'll probably have maybe some different wishes. Maybe you'll cross some off, like, oh, actually I don't want that anymore. What I really want is this. Yeah, it's just a wonderful way to get to know yourself. Both of these things are definitely really helpful for someone like you who's on a journey of self-love and self-discovery and self-empowerment. So yeah, really, really love this energy, guys. You guys are amazing. Your spirit squad is amazing. They came through and gave you some really amazing advice. I'm really grateful to them and to you guys that this experiment with my new deck was a success, and that it definitely related to the reading as a whole. So yeah, that's everything I have for your reading. Thank you guys so much for watching and sharing your beautiful energy with me. If you enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. If there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in this community, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel continue and see my channel grow, please show your support by subscribing to my channel and telling any friends that you might have that are into spiritual shit. Thank you guys again. I'm sending you so much peace and love, and until next time, later. What up, group 2? You guys chose this little white pom-pom. This is going to be the encouraging messages from your spirit squad. Cheers to y'all. Whatever you're sipping on, or even if not, I don't know, just invisible cheers me like that. Or don't, maybe it's stupid, I don't know. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna get into it. Like I mentioned in the intro, I almost said preview. Like I mentioned in the intro, I have started on a deck that I'm making here just out of little cheap index cards that I got at, you guessed it, the dollar store. And yeah, I'm just experimenting with this reading to see how they play in. And so far for group 1, it was really cool to see how it tied into the whole reading. So let's go ahead and see what song you guys get. And they don't like slide out. I can't do it the way I usually shuffle, where one like pops out, but I'm just gonna cut the deck and pick whichever one is there. Ooh, we have Leave Me Alone by Amare. Very good song. I love that song. But basically, with the colors, I I use the colors to represent kind of what energies I feel from the song, and um, basically each color represents a different chakra. You know, each chakra has a different kind of energy that they're tied to. And then if I use this black one here, if the black color comes out, then that's, you know, related to my channel Misfit Tarot. It's kind of this misfit energy of, you know, my thing is that misfits, we don't fit in. We can have a community. There can be like something in me and something in you that aligns, that makes us connected, but we're not doing it to fit in. Like tarot, for example, like maybe I love tarot, maybe you love tarot. Cool, we can connect on that, but we're not just like pretending to love tarot because we want to fit in with each other or be in that community, something like that. That's just naturally what we love. So yeah, basically I'm gonna go through and kind of break down the energies that come with this song. The song "Leave Me Alone," it's basically, she says stuff like talk is cheap, I want to be alone, why won't you just leave me alone? Yeah, basically just somebody who's like, you know, setting some good boundaries there and being like, you know, right now I just want to be alone, I don't want to be talking to anybody. And if you are gonna say stuff to me, then you better be backing it up with actions, essentially. Um, so yeah, with the blue here, blue being the throat chakra, that was like the main energy I got from it, because obviously it's called "Leave Me Alone." That's you expressing, like I said, expressing a boundary to somebody of saying like, "Hey, leave me alone. Like I don't want to be talking to anybody right now." Um, and basically this one had all of them, because pretty much for the most part, if it has the misfit energy, I think all the energies need to be aligned to sit in that energy, because when you do have this energy of being your own person, being unique, then all these other energies kind of have to line up. So basically with the root chakra here, that talks about like your sense of belonging, sense of security. So of course if you're not feeling safe and secure in yourself, then you're going to look for that from the outside. You're going to look to fit in with society. You're going to change yourself to fit in so that you can feel that sense of security, that sense of belonging, because you don't feel it just inherently by you being a conscious being. Um, so yeah, with the second energy here, with the sacral chakra, it's about, you know, creativity and really feeling like you deserve to have a pleasurable life. So, you know, like I said in the song "Leave Me Alone," if what's gonna make you feel good is to be alone, but again you're worried about um or you don't think that you deserve, that it's not just important what you want, then you're gonna be like, oh well, these other people want me to go out, so I should just go out, and then you're not gonna be living the pleasurable life that you want. You're going to be feeding into other people's pleasure. Um, and then with the solar plexus chakra energy here, that's like you being confident in yourself to express your will and your desires and go after what you want. So again, if what you want is to be alone, like you need that energy to say, you know, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to do. With the heart chakra energy, it goes with unconditional love. So I talk about that as being unconditional love for yourself and for others. So again, like you can love other people and be like, you know, I love you for who you are, but I also love myself just as much. And, you know, if I want to be alone, I'm not going to love myself any less, even if you're judging me for that or whatever. And if you wanted to be alone, I wouldn't judge you. Like, or if you want to hang out, if you want to go out and hang out, like that's cool, you do that, but I don't. And then we already talked about the throat chakra, expressing yourself. And then with the third eye chakra, with this purple color, it's about like your intuition and basically your third eye, your psychic perception, you being able to look inside and know what you want and see what you want. So if you look into yourself, into your intuition, into your third eye, and it shows you, sitting at home being alone or just not fucking with people who are all talk, then that's something you need. You need to be able to imagine the life that you want. Like I said, to embody that misfit energy of this is who I am. I could really give a fuck if you guys accept me or not. And then with the last one, this pink, it's the crown chakra of being connected to spirit, and you really, to be able to feel comfortable being alone, I think you have to be comfortable with spirit and not detaching from your ego, because if you're all caught up in your ego, then you're gonna be again thinking about how all this stuff affects you or affects how other people see you, and then you might be thinking, oh well, I'm usually the person that is talkative, I'm usually the person that goes out. But it's like, doesn't matter what you usually are. We are here as spiritual beings in the moment. All we have is the present moment. So it's okay to make your decisions based off just what you want in the moment, not based off who you are or trying to define yourself in those kind of ways. So we will see what more energy comes up with this song. But yeah, that is your guys' song. Check it out. If you haven't heard it, Leave Me Alone, Amare. And now we're going to get into your energy check with the Oracle cards and just see what your spirit squad wants me to know about kind of what you're going through right now. Talk and talk is cheap. Don't need a favor. Oh yeah, she says I don't need a favor from no one. By God, because I got me. So, very, very independent energy. Very cool energy to be in. Talking all the time. Alright, I don't know why you guys are being stingy with the messages. Do you not want me to know what you're going through? Do you want me to leave you alone? Is that what this is taking so long to come out for? Is there just no Mystic Misfit Oracle card for you guys? Is that what's happening here? This has never happened before. So I don't know. If it doesn't pop out in the next couple of tries, I'm gonna have to just assume that they don't want you to have one of these cards? Or are they just looking for a certain one? Okay, I guess it's... Oh, wow. Yeah, they were definitely looking for that specific card, because the mermaid talks about brooding when you're being alone. This card is very much about, like, how you are when you're sitting in silence, when you're by yourself. So interesting. All right, so that actually might put a little bit different spin on why this card came out. Let's see. Let's continue. What's coming out with the Fantasma Oracle? What do we have to add to this? Wow, that one was interesting. Popped out right in my hand. All right. Now we got the Intuition Oracle. What do we got to say with this one? I just have to say that was a pretty cool experience for me, like wondering, okay, what the hell is going on with these cards? Like, why isn't one popping out? And then for this one to pop out and be exactly aligned with the energy of that song made a lot of sense. Never ceases to amaze me, the stuff that happens with these readings. Okay, so to start out with the mermaid, we got 27. The mermaid broods when left in still water. Emotional, sensitive, intuition, flow, turmoil. So yeah. The scarecrow. Sorry, I've been debating whether or not I want to use the reversed meanings for these cards because this one did come out reversed. Um, I guess, I mean, if I'm hella thinking about it, then I guess it's telling me that I should probably just take it to be reversed. Yeah, okay. So it says, be sure to fill out your own clothes and shoes. Don't simply put up a husk for others to see and quickly dismiss. Okay, and then we got here the loner, which is what the fuck? I mean, what the fuck? Leave me alone, the loner. Mermaid broods when left in still waters. Okay, alright, well. Very strong messages here for you guys. Okay. There are times when it is important for you to put distance, either emotional or physical, between you and your situation. When you are feeling overly stressed and vulnerable, it is crucial that you avoid being overwhelmed by people and events that have no regard for your fragile state. You must protect yourself from the insensitivity of others. Be around only positive people. Isolate yourself from the routine to get in touch with your true feelings. You may even need the release of a good cry, which can act like an escape valve on your emotions. Escape comes in many forms, and it is up to you to choose the method that is appropriate for your situation. Sometimes making a strategic withdrawal can give you time to rest and recover your perspective on your situation. Coasting on automatic pilot is a form of escape too, but it will not get you to where you would like to be. Okay, interesting. So, what I'm getting here is, yeah, you guys are in a situation right now where you I guess you're feeling like disconnected from the people around you. I think what the energy I'm getting here is kind of like the energy of someone going through an ego death. Like, there's, people say all kinds of different things when it comes to spiritual topics like this, but I'm just going to come from my own experience and my own views on the situation. But I personally think when you're going through an ego death, it's not always as intense as people make it out to be, but it can just feel kind of like weird and confusing. Like you're starting to feel like things that you used to connect with, you don't connect with anymore. People you used to connect with, you don't feel like you're connecting with them anymore. And it's not necessarily that you don't know why. I think deep down you do know why. It's because you're going through this big change. You're going through this spiritual awakening, and the people around you are not. So, like, it's gonna feel weird. Especially, I think a lot of spiritual people are people who have a lot of compassion for others. So it feels wrong. It feels wrong to be creating distance from people that you love and that you used to latch onto so much, because you needed that at the time. At the time, you were a little bit more codependent, um, but now that, like I said, your ego, who you used to think you were, is changing, and so many parts, so many aspects of yourself are changing. Um, then your relationship with people starts to change too. The less that you need people around, and I think that might look to other people as like you abandoning them for some reason, or you um I don't know, maybe thinking you're better than other people or something, but it's not that. So I think, like I said, the energy I have coming through is that you're going through this kind of ego death, and you're needing to spend more time alone. When you're going through this ego death, it's really a time when you really need to be spending time alone, because, like I said, you're changing in such a way to where you're growing very quickly out of the environment that you're in, and you're starting to be attracted to a totally different environment. So the more you kind of cling to what you already have and what you're used to, the more kind of confused you're going to feel. It's like trying to fight a current. It's like you can swim against the current for a while, and you can try to reconcile the difference between who you are now and who you used to be, and you can try to fit them together, but at the end of the day, like I said, the current is taking you away from that and from those things. So at a certain point, like, when you can just surrender and go with the flow, go surrender to that current and where it's taking you and where your life is moving towards, um, then the less uncomfortable this process will be. Um, and I didn't read the affirmation for the loner, but it says, I enjoy being alone and getting in touch with my true feelings. Excuse me. So, your spirit team definitely coming through right away to tell you, that this is what they want to encourage you on, is this process of needing time alone, seeing through. I was going to say seeing through the bullshit. It is seeing through the bullshit, but when it comes to like your friends and family, I don't want to be harsh like that. It's not like they're trying to bullshit you, or they're trying to be full of shit, but it's like, like, you used to be full of shit too. Like, we all grow up being full of shit because we're fed a bunch of shit. And sorry that that's the only word that I can use, but it just goes with the expression. Yeah, we're just filled with all these ideas, and then we kind of carry them around unconsciously. But then when you get to this point where you start being awakened to a different level of consciousness, then you start to see things that you used to do in other people, and you see ways that they are limited in their ways of thinking, and you see the wall that their consciousness reaches, and then they're subject to limiting beliefs and societal expectations, things like that, things that they're not able to or willing to think outside of. So yeah, again, your spirit squad just really wants to encourage you that this is the right path for you. Don't think that you're doing anything wrong by leveling up, by growing, by changing, by maybe leaving people behind that used to be very close to you. You're not doing anything wrong. This is what's meant for you, and it will make more sense, like I said, as you kind of surrender to it and go where your life is trying to take you. And at the end of the day, these people, they might be sad, they might be disappointed in you, all that stuff, but it's really important to remember when we're going down this spiritual path, that at the end of the day, no one is living my life but me. I'm living my life, you're living your life, your friend is living their life, your dad is living their life, your mom is living their life. Like, we're not here to live each other's lives for us. Like, we can give suggestions and help when we ask for it, but if we're not asking for it, like, those opinions should be kept to themselves, and if they're not going to be, then they need to be open to not being followed. You know what I mean? Like, you need to follow your own heart, follow your own path. And your intuition is really telling you right now that, like, you need to be spending time alone, getting in touch with your true feelings, getting in touch with your intuition, getting in touch with this new person that you're becoming, and looking forward into the future of who you're still meant to become. So yeah, very, very cool energy there for you guys. I mean, it might not be cool from your guys' experience right now. Like I said, it can be a very uncomfortable experience. And it can, lose you some friends and family and things like that. But again, at the end of the day, Spirit is trying to bring you better things, bring you towards your higher purpose. Everybody else, they have their higher purpose and they need to do their work to get to that place, but you need to focus on your path and where you're going with your life. So yeah, let's go ahead and you know what, I didn't even really talk about that Scarecrow card. I did mean to come back to that. So yeah, be sure to fill out your own clothes and shoes. Don't simply put up a husk for others to see and quickly dismiss. So, basically just coming through to say that, again, don't try to fit in. Don't try to make it seem to people like you're still who you always were. Like, don't worry, I haven't changed. Like, you have to be honest. Like, let them know that you are changing, and if they, like I said, if there's some wall there or there's some limit to them, then you just need to spend less time with them, because we all deserve to live our complete truth all the time. And it's easier said than done. We're not all doing that. There's definitely times where something happens and we change ourselves a little bit based on the situation, but that's not what we want. That's not what's fulfilling to our souls. What's fulfilling is when we can literally be our genuine selves every second of the day and not have to censor ourselves and not have to worry about, did I do something wrong? Did I say the wrong thing? Did I hurt this person's feelings? Like, none of that is for us to control. What's really for us to control is our individual path in this one life that we have on this earth at this time. There might be, a lot of us believe in reincarnation, things like that, but as far as this one life, this one person that you are, there's one path that you're here to live, and it's important to be focused in it and to get what you need out of it and what your spirit needs out of it before you move on to the next life. Okay, so next we are going to start with some encouraging messages from your spirit squad. So we're going to ask your spirit squad, your higher self, spirit, your spirit guides, maybe some angels want to chime in. They're always here having your back, want the best for you as well. But the question we're asking is, how are you killing it when it comes to this this ego death experience that you're having right now? Sorry, that was a bad shuffle. I need a good one. Oh my god. You know what? No, I don't. I'm just gonna go ahead. How is group 2 killing it? Jeez. Man, alright, you guys got 2 major arcana. That is very significant. It means that you guys are doing some big things. So yeah, I'm gonna start with the Hanged Man, since that's definitely the most literal connection to everything that we've been talking about here. The hangman is somebody who's taking a break from life, slowing down to see things from a different perspective. This person is hanging upside down, but you can see it's not that they're hanging there because somebody put them there, it's because they put themselves there. They're hanging there, basically it looks like this guy's meditating. He's trying to get a different perspective. And that's what this loner card said. I enjoy being alone and getting in touch with my true feelings. However, this mermaid card did say that basically when you're alone that you get a little bit sad. So with this card, your spirit squad is coming through to say that, like, we're really proud of you. We know it's not the best feeling to feel alone and to isolate yourself a little bit. You can feel lonely, you can feel sad and miss, you can get nostalgic and stuff like that. But the fact that you guys are doing this and that you're following your gut and following your intuition, that's saying, like, whoa, I'm kind of going through something weird right now. I feel like everything's changing. I don't really feel called to be out doing all the things that I used to feel like I need to do. And just, spending time alone, getting in touch with yourself, getting in touch with your feelings, getting in touch with your higher self and this new version of yourself that you're headed towards and that you're becoming. So yeah, they just want you to know that they know it's not easy, but that they really appreciate and respect and admire that you are taking this time to, like I said, roll with the punches and go through this uncomfortable process, but to really be taking the reins and having the strength to spend time alone. Not a lot of people can do that. And yeah, with this Three of Cups coming out, something that they appreciate, a way that you're killing it on this path is that you're still interacting with the people from your past. Like I said, there are some that you need to spend less time with, but you're not just cutting off everybody. You're not just saying, like, okay, you're all beneath me, you're all behind me now, like, bye. There are some people that you feel that way about. There are some people that are just not going to be able to keep up with who you are now. There are people that have been taking advantage of you up until now, and now you're starting to see the truth of that. There are people that are taking you for granted, and that's not an energy that we deserve from our relationships. But there are also people that it's bringing you closer to them because you're being able to let out this new side of you, and they still accept you. Like I said, they might still have limits to how much they can accept you and how much they can understand about what you're going through, because they haven't maybe gone through this type of intense ego death that you're going through. And the other thing coming out from this is that you're also being open to making new connections. You're being open to finding people who resonate more with this new person that you're becoming. As you express yourself more truly, you're attracting other people who are into these new things that you're realizing that you like. You're attracting more people, like I said, with this misfit energy, it's you being who you are, and through that you're attracting people who are also that way, like, for their own reasons. So yeah, that's very encouraging, and that's a way that you're really on the right path already, is by, like I said, being open to better relationships and really appreciating the people in your life and appreciating yourself, because all relationships with other people stem from our relationship with ourselves. So when I see this Three of Cups come out in this reading, it's like, because because the Three of Cups talks about, these three people getting together, and they're all, having a good time. They're celebrating. They're appreciating each other's presence. They're appreciating each other for how they are. You can see each one is different. They each have a different thing that they bring to the table, but there's something that they have in common, that they love each other, and that, they have certain things in common. So I just see this as the more love that you have for yourself and how different you are, the more you're meeting other people who love themselves for their differences, and then you guys can get together and you can love each other for your differences. Whereas most people, and definitely people who have not gone through this type of ego death and this awakening, they get together and they only talk about the stuff that they have in common. Maybe they only want to talk about sports because they know that's something they have in common, or maybe they want to talk about a TV show that they all watch because it's something they have in common. But with you and your group, maybe it's like one person likes fishing, and then like the other person's vegan, and then the other person I don't know, is really into like monster trucks or something, and you guys can all talk about that, and you can all share stuff and teach each other things and accept each other for who you are without having to judge each other and saying, oh, what you like is stupid, or what you like goes against what I believe. Like, you guys are just here appreciating each other because you have a strong love for yourselves and who you are and what makes you unique. So that's really cool. With this world card, that is I got excited as I was about to start talking about it, because the world card talks about a graduation, which, yeah, I guess that's why these two major arcana came out, because that is like the main energy of what you're going through, is this awakening. So yeah, with the world card here, it talks about a graduation. It talks about the ending of a cycle and stepping into the next cycle. So like I said, you're graduating from the stage of your life where you learned all these things, and you became the person that you were. But now, like I said, it's this weird, crazy transition, kind of, like if you were to graduate college, it's like you're going from this transition of, or even like if you were graduating high school, it's like this crazy transition from I'm a kid and all I know is going to school, to now like maybe I'm not even going to go to school, or now maybe I'm going to go to college, or maybe I'm going to start a 9-to-5 job, or it's just this thing where life is no longer the way it was. And your spirit squad just really wants to let you know that they know it's not easy. Like I said, it's not an easy thing to leave high school and leave all your friends and leave that dynamic. But then when you get out of high school, you start this new chapter, and like I said, in the beginning it's very weird. You're letting go of things, you're letting in new things, you're starting new things, you're meeting new people. You don't feel so comfortable. By your 4th year of high school, you feel very comfortable in that world, and then it's like, oh, now it's time to go into this new world. It's an uncomfortable feeling. But yeah, your spirit squad just wants to let you know that you're handling it very well, and they want to assure you and encourage you that, like I said, just like that example of graduating from school and being comfortable in that world and going to a new world, it doesn't mean that it's going to be worse. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to say that, like, oh, high school is the best time of your life and you'll never live like that again. But that's not true. Like, you can have that energy as you move into adulthood. You can be close with your friends, but you also need to grow and you need to change. Like, you need to get out of that little world where everything just affects that high school community, to now your actions can literally affect anybody in the world. And like I said, that's intimidating, but it's also very exciting, and you are handling it very well. And your spirit squad is very, very excited to see what you're gonna do with that and where you're gonna take that. Um, so yeah, now we're gonna move on to the Tarot of the Divine. I think also with the world, just another phrase that popped into my head is like comfort zone. Like with the world card, like I said, you're being taken out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is this world that you knew that was a certain size, and now you're being thrown into the next stage of life, which is much bigger. And it's like I said, it's uncomfortable. That word has come up many times already in this reading, and yeah, they just want to say that you're fucking doing a great job rolling with the punches, and you know, taking everything in stride, even though you are uncomfortable, even though you don't really know how to navigate this new world all the way yet. You're, you know, you got the you got the cojones to, you got the inner strength, and you have the courage and the bravery and the confidence to just really go for it and not look back. Because that is one thing with the world card. It's like, I mean, I guess you could go back, but to go back, like I said, it's just a world that you already know, and there's nothing to learn from there anymore. Like, if you were to graduate high school and then still want to stay in high school, like I said, it might be comfortable. You might know how to pass all the classes and um, how to navigate the social circles and whatever, but you're not going to be growing, and at a certain point you're just not going to belong there. You're going to be the weird old person in high school just because they couldn't move on, you know what I mean? Yeah, so much kudos to you guys for dealing with this crazy situation. I know it's not easy. So now we're going to, with the Tarot of the Divine, see what blessings are coming for you guys on the other side of this ego death as you stay determined, and like I said, as you move from one world to the next, as you keep going with your journey, with your path, and you know, letting other people's path be their path, and really embracing a little bit of isolation and getting in touch with yourself. What are the blessings that are going to come from that if you stay determined and you know, you keep going on this right path here? Blessings for group 2. What is on the other side? Okay. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so you guys got all coins. So definitely a lot of financial implications here. Definitely a lot of material abundance coming your way. I mean, I've personally never had only one suit pop up with asking a certain question. So that definitely says a lot that only coins came out. So yeah, we're going to start with the 6 of coins. Page of, yeah, I guess what I'm kind of seeing here is like, first of all, there's a progression. We have 6 of coins, which is just a regular minor arcana card. Then we have the Page of Coins, which is like the lowest of the court cards. And then we have the Queen of Coins, which to me, the Queen and King are equal. I don't see the King as higher than the Queen. I see them both as equal. They just have different strengths. So yeah, like I said, we're going from kind of a lower end of the material financial spectrum to um like I said, the lower end of the court, being that you're learning how to step up to a new level. And then the end game is this Queen of Coins here, which is like your ultimate, um the ultimate, your destiny basically, that you're going to embody. So I'll start with the six of pentacles here. The six of, I'm going to say pentacles just because that's what I'm used to. um the Six of Pentacles talks about, um what do you call it, charity, being charitable, kind of giving and receiving. um Sometimes you're the person giving, sometimes you're the person receiving. And I think with the Six of Coins coming out in reverse, the energy that I'm getting as far as a blessing coming from you going through this process and this ego death is that you were probably somebody who's very much been the giver. You've been the person that's usually giving and not so much the one that's receiving as much. And I think with this coming out in reverse, that's telling me that a blessing on the other side of this from you is you better get ready to receive, my friend, because you're putting in a lot of work and you have your whole life and you've been giving and giving, and that has not gone unnoticed. And if you can push through a little bit more, and life is just like that. There's always going to be some kind of push. You're always going to have that strength to keep going to the next level, but this is saying that very soon, if you keep working on finding your way through this situation, and making yourself a priority, that you will be receiving very much material abundance from the universe, and from the people around you. So and also, like, the more that you can receive, the more that you'll have, and the more that you'll have to give to others. I'm not saying that you're going to stop being a giving person, but it's like you're going to be receiving a little bit more than you're actually giving at this point. Like, it's going to be a little bit of a break from you always giving more than you receive. And you're going to, like I said, because you're going through this ego death and you're realizing that you deserve happiness just as much as everybody else, that you're going to be like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm going to take a little break from giving. I've given a lot. I'm still going to give, where I'm absolutely needed, but I'm going to kind of sit back and receive. I'm going to receive all these blessings. With the Page of Coins in reverse coming out, I think a blessing for you. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, the fact that these two came up in reverse, like I said, this is kind of telling me about your past. Like I said, in the past, you were this giver, and now it's changing and you're going to be receiving more. And this Queen of Coins is like your future. She's the one that's got it all, and she has all the skills and all the wealth, and she's super abundant and, like I said, very giving. So that relates, and I'll go deeper into that after I talk about this Page of Coins. But basically, the Page of Coins in reverse is telling me that, maybe in your past you've been somebody who's always who doesn't really know their purpose. Like, a lot of people have stable jobs. They have something that they're comfortable with, and they're like, I've worked here for 20 years or something like that, or, oh, I went to school for this. I've always known this is what I want to do. But for a lot of us, it's not like that. For a lot of us, we get into our 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and whatever, whatever point in life, and we still don't know what that thing is. We're still like, what the hell? What do I want to be when I grow up? You know, no matter how old you are, like a lot of us are still asking that question. And I think that if you continue on this journey of being alone, getting in touch with your feelings, being honest with the people around you, um, speaking up about your needs, getting in the business of receiving and not only giving, you're gonna find that. You're gonna find your true calling. You're gonna find that thing that's like, fuck, finally. Yes, that's the thing. That's what I've been looking for. That's the passion that I've been looking for, to be dedicated to. That's the thing that I want to dedicate my life to. And that it might not be the only thing that you ever do with your life, but it's definitely going to be, I think, the first time in your life that you are finally like, yes, I know what I want. I know what I want to do as a career, or I know what my purpose is, and that's what I want to go for. And no matter what it takes, like, I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to make money from that, and I'm going to provide things to the world through that, and they're going to provide me with stable income through that. So that's really fucking cool. Um, Definitely an awesome blessing to see coming for you guys. And then as figure out what that purpose is and what you want to go for, as you fight to bring that into reality, and to do whatever it takes through whatever failures that you have, because there will be failures and there will be ups and downs in this process of following your passion. But that's why you find your passion, because if you're passionate about it, you're not going to give up after one or two or three failures. It doesn't matter how many times you fucking fail, you're going to keep pursuing it because you're passionate about it, because you love it, because if it really came down to it, you would do this for free. You've been training for this your whole life. This is who you are at a soul level. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, the more you pursue that and the more you fight, to bring your passion into reality, you're gonna become this queen of coins, where it's like you've been through so much and you've created something, for yourself, and you've created this material abundance for yourself, like material money wise, but also material, like you have a business that exists now because you created it, or something like that. You know what I mean? You have, I don't know, maybe a family that you've created, whatever it is. um, it's something that you're passionate about, and or maybe it's just the job path that you wanted to go down, and now you've gotten to that place where you're like, yeah, I got the job that I wanted. I'm in the position that I knew I could handle, that I knew I was meant for. And now you have all this material abundance, and you have all this confidence because, like I said, you didn't give up along the way, and you went through hardships, and you did inner work, and um, you overcame a lot of challenges, that now you have so much to provide to other people. Not only can you provide them with, a loan if somebody else is like, oh, I want to start this business, and you're like, you know what, I believe in that. Like, here's some money. I want to see you make that happen. But just know, but then you also have like the insight and that kind of abundance to offer to people. Like, people can come to you and say, hey, like, you're obviously somebody who made something of yourself and really has this passion for what you do, and you're successful. Like, I want to do this. How, what can you tell me, um, that's going to help me in my journey? So that's really cool. Like, you guys are really creating a legacy, and you're stepping into a version of yourself that's like really fought for everything that you want, and then you get to this place where you can then share with other people, share your story, share your wisdom, Share your advice, share your, money if necessary. Um, yeah, and the last thing I wanted to mention that popped up with this Queen of Cups card that I mentioned in the first reading was I recently um, heard about this idea of happiness. Like, a lot of us think that what's going to bring us happiness is when our problems go away or when we have more money, because that is a problem going away. That's having a problem of not having a lot of money, and then we get money and then we're happy because now we don't have that problem. But in reality, biologically built into us um, is the fact that what brings us true happiness as human beings is overcoming challenges. That's what makes us humans. That's how we invented, um, clothing and agriculture and all these things. That's how we've progressed as humans, is by putting our minds to something, saying, oh, I have this problem, and then really working at it, and then that sense of achievement is the reward. As humans, we're very much reward oriented, and that releases drugs in our body, the dopamine response that we have from that's what we're really looking for. So, like I said, because somebody didn't just give you a bunch of money and give you a good job, then you become this Queen of Coins. Like, it's because you worked so hard and you put your own mind to it and you accomplished so many things and overcame so many obstacles that you become this Queen of Coins energy. And I like that this one has this big old snake right here, and she's like not even scared. She's like, yeah, I'm used to scary stuff around me. I'm not afraid of that. I've handled bigger snakes in the past. I can handle you. But yeah, you're really gonna have this true happiness that comes from working hard and from showing yourself what you can do. That's part of the reward, is that you might think that you can't do something, or you might think that some obstacle is too big for you to get over, but then you just fucking go for it anyway, because the alternative is giving up and wasting your life. Like, and you go for it, and then you show yourself like, fuck, I can't believe I did that, but I can, because I made that happen. I believed in myself and I went for it, and I made it happen. So, yeah. Sorry if that was a little, I don't know, just not coherent, but that was the last message I have there for your blessings coming as you deal with this energy. So now we're going to get some final advice from the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. Group 2's Spirit Squad, what is the last thing that you want to say to them with these cards? Little last piece of advice. What you got? Feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself. Beautiful. Okay, number 29. Sometimes life gets a little too hectic and the inevitable happens. We forget to take a breather and celebrate what deserves celebration. Make sure you do that from now on. If we never stop to fully recognize the good we have, then the bad stuff can knock us down much harder than it would have otherwise. Hell yeah, I love that message. This is also, I think, something that came up in group 1, that, like, when it comes to going through a difficult situation, which, like I said, life is full of them, they never stop coming. Something that really helps us is to look back and enjoy our success that we've already had. Like, I think, especially in society today, we get so fixated on the future and fixated on these goals that as we're accomplishing those goals, like, we're like, okay, I accomplished that goal. Like, what's the next goal? Okay, what's the next goal? But, like, when you do that, like it said here, sometimes it can just make you feel like you're never doing enough. Like you're never accomplishing anything because there's always something else to accomplish, and all you're focusing on is accomplishing the next thing. But it really brings a lot of joy and happiness and more confidence to us, which is helpful moving forward if we can stop every now and then and just celebrate. Like, celebrate what we've already accomplished. Give ourselves a pat on the back for all the shit that we've been through already and all the shit that we've overcome. Like I said, we get pleasure inherently built into our biological systems, into our bodies from from realizing that we've overcome some obstacle. So if you're not stopping to recognize that, then you're depriving yourself of that happiness. So yeah, I really love this image of just this person, like, having some good food and drink, whatever it is that you guys enjoy, and just sitting on the throne. And like I said, even if you have to do it by yourself, like, enjoy it by yourself. And if you want to enjoy it with friends, enjoy it with friends, but fucking enjoy it. Like, you guys are making moves. You guys have overcome a lot. You're still overcoming a lot right now. You're still going to overcome a lot in the future, but just, don't wait for a reading like this to tell you everything that you're doing well in life. Like, I get it. I watch a lot of these too, because in my head, I get, depressed, and I get down on myself, and I get worried about the future. So I guess this is right. This advice is for me as well. Like, really, like, celebrate your accomplishments. Any little thing that you do, like, appreciate that, because when you're waiting for other people to appreciate it, it's not going to come quick enough. It's always going to come, like, too late, if that makes sense. But if you can recognize your accomplishments right away, and then just fucking enjoy yourself and appreciate that before you go on to the next thing and worry about the next thing, then you will be much happier. Very cool message. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that advice with me as well. I definitely needed that. So now we're gonna finish it off with a couple of spark magic matches. These are just like suggestions for something that you can do to bring you some peace, joy, happiness, magic, whatever. Depends on what comes up, but you can either pick one or the other and just listen to the one you feel more called to, or you can listen to both and then make your decision after you've heard which one sounds better to you, or you can do both, or you can do neither one. So the first one: tell your body that it is loved. Hell yeah. I mean, this comes out in a decent amount of readings. I think that's a big collective thing for all of us, is like, again, when it comes to our bodies, a lot of times we can look at our body and be like, oh yeah, it looks, or I don't know, we'll just be like, okay, this is my body right now, I want it to look like this. And then you work and you make it look like that, and then it's like, okay, well, now I want it to look like this. And it's kind of the same message here with the feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself. It's like, especially when it comes to your body, like, even if you're not making changes on it, and you're not like, oh, I want it to look like this, and then changing your body to make it look like that, like, just celebrate the fact that you have a body. Like, there's always things about our bodies that other people just don't have, and we really take that for granted. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that can't hear, there's people that can't see, there's people that have deformities, or get in accidents, they lose limbs, things like that. There's all kinds of things that, like, we really just take for granted until we lose them or we don't have them. So yeah, just tell your body that it is loved, and really love your body for what it is. Like, our bodies provide us so much in this world. Like, they deserve to be loved no matter what it looks like, no matter how you can compare it to somebody else's. Like, your body is yours, and it is your vessel here, and it deserves appreciation, because without it, you would not be here enjoying this human experience. Have a bath in herbs or essential oils. Ooh, that sounds hella nice. I love herbs. I love essential oils. That one's pretty self-explanatory, but that also comes with slowing down and celebrating yourselves. Like, have a nice bath. Take care of yourself. Like, do little things for yourself. You're going to have more time now that you're going through this awakening and you're spending more time alone. Instead of sitting in that alone time and constantly being like, okay, what do I need to learn? Like, what do I need to do next? What's my next step? Like, cut out time for yourself to just, like, relax and enjoy life. Life is not meant to be work all the time. Like, life is also meant to be enjoyed. Life is more than anything meant to be enjoyed. So, do stuff like that. Take a nice bath. Enjoy yourself. And that's all I have for you guys, group 2. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful energy with me. I definitely related to it a lot. And I see that you guys have really amazing things coming for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. And if there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in this community, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel continue and see my channel grow, please show your support by subscribing and telling your friends if they might be into spiritual shit. Thank you guys again. Thank you so much. Thank you to your spirit squad for coming in with all these encouraging messages. And until next time, later. What up, group 3? Welcome to your reading. If you guys chose this little blue pom-pom, this is going to be the encouraging messages from your spirit squad. So, like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be starting with this new deck that I'm working on. I have obviously not gotten too far, but I think I did about like 40 songs or something like that. But yeah, this was just to experiment with the new idea I had of making my own deck with song titles. And based off how it went with the first 2, I have definitely decided that these are going to be a regular part of my readings, because it was really cool to see how the song card, like, completely fit in with the rest of the reading. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with that, and let's go ahead and see. Oh yeah, and I had mentioned that these cards, they all kind of stick together. They're really cheap index cards that I got from the dollar store. So to select one, I have to just kind of cut it and pick one. Ooh. We have At Your Best, You Are Love by Aaliyah. And wonderful song. I hope you guys really listen to the songs that I bring in, especially because I'm sure you'll see it'll relate to kind of where you're at in life right now and what you're going through. But I use the colors to represent energies that I get from the songs, and they're all representing a different chakra energy. But I also added this black one because, my kind of aesthetic for Misfit Tarot is black. And I just, if there's a song that I feel like embodies that energy of being a misfit, then I added that in there as well. And usually, when you have that misfit energy, all the other chakra energies kind of need to be involved as well, because to have that energy of being someone who's okay with not fitting in, um, yeah, you kind of need the rest of those energies. And I'll go through it right now. I'll break it down, but I did also clarify with the other groups that like being a misfit doesn't mean that like when I talk about not fitting in is like when you change yourself to fit into a certain situation. But being a misfit, it's like we can have things in common. For example, with tarot, maybe I love tarot and you love tarot, and we can connect on that and we can be a part of that same community. But like I said, we're not doing it to fit in. It's not like I hate tarot, but all my friends like tarot, so then I'm pretending to be into it or forcing myself to be into it even though I don't really believe in it or it's not my thing. Like, that's what I mean by fitting in. So, anyways, the main energy I get from this song is just love, 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 lots of love. So the heart chakra there, all about unconditional love. I think when I think about that, I think about unconditional love for yourself as well as others. So you'll see at this song, it just talks about, says, at your best you are love, you're a positive motivating force within my life. You're a positive motivating force within my life. Should you ever feel the need to wonder why, let me know. So it's just like, yeah, it's a very, very loving song, full of love. So as far as the root chakra, like I said, to be feeling this misfit energy of, I am who I am and I don't fit in, but underneath it all I am love. You need to be feeling a strong or a balanced root chakra energy here of belonging, because if you don't feel like you belong just as yourself, as who you are as an individual in this world, then you're going to look for that sense of belonging with other people. And then, like I said, that's where you fall into this kind of thing of where you're trying to fit in, because you feel like as you are, as being a unique individual, you don't fit in. So you need to be like somebody else or fit into a certain crowd so that you feel like you have a place in this world. But you have a place in this world all by yourself. And with this orange energy, the sacral chakra, it's all about having belief that you deserve a pleasurable life, that your life is not just supposed to be work, it's not just supposed to be service, but like you're supposed to have pleasure in your life as well. So yeah, I think definitely, like I said, to have this misfit energy of like, this is who I am, I'm a loving person, that's just who I am, I'm not pretending to be loving to get love back. Then you have to believe that, like, you can have a life that's full of joy and pleasure. Because if you're hiding that part of yourself, like say you're talking to somebody who's not all in that loving energy, then you might dull yourself down, and then you're not in that misfit energy of being comfortable with who you are. If you're loving all the time, like, and that's your default, if you just love to be loving towards people, like, do that. So what if other people don't accept it or they don't want it? Like, they don't have to take it, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to give it and you don't have to be who you are. Because that makes you happy. If it makes you happy to give love whenever you want. You don't have to worry about if the other person's going to reject it or not, because they have their own stuff going on to where they don't want to receive love. Like, if it makes you feel good, just do it. And with the yellow energy here, the solar plexus chakra, that's all about our personal will. Same thing. If you're out here and your mission is to give love into the world and to give love to yourself, like, you have to believe that there's a reason for that and that you have the power to do that. Like, if you think that your love isn't powerful enough, or whatever, nobody wants your love, or nobody appreciates the way that you give it or whatever, then you're not going to be in this energy of being at your best and being a loving energy to the world. With this blue energy, the throat chakra, oh man, it's about expressing yourself. Like when it comes to being a very loving person, at your core, you know, you need to express that. And like I said, if you listen to the lyrics of this song, it's very much somebody expressing to somebody else how much of a lover that they are, and how much that they see that, and how much they appreciate that. So yeah, I really hope you guys listen to this song. It's a beautiful song, and I'm sure it will resonate with you. You might feel like it's even being spoken to you from someone in specific, or from one of your spirit guides, or from your whole team, or just from God and spirit themselves. It's a beautiful song. With the intuition here, that purple energy, it's like you have to be able to see things that you're you have to be able to see things with your third eye that you can't see necessarily, like in the physical world around you with your two eyes. So yeah, and I think with love, that's especially true. Like if, again, like I said, if you go into a room and there's just like no loving energy in there, and your third eye is not, it's unbalanced, and it's not, you know, charged and having a good flow of energy there, then you're just going to see with your two eyes, oh, there's no love in this room. These people don't want any love in this room. So I'm just going to not be loving, because that's the energy of the room. But if you're, like I said, if all this energy is lined up and your third eye is open, then you will be able to see that, like, you know what, I feel like I want to give love to this room because there is none here. And I imagine that when I do that, that I can change these people's energy, that I can change their outlook, that I can bring them joy and happiness, or bring that out of them. So, you know, it's that idea of imagination. You imagine something before it happens, and that's how you make shit happen out here in the real world. And that's how you make a change. And with this final energy, the crown chakra, like I said, just the whole energy of this song really feels like it could be coming from God or spirit themselves, because they see us as this. They see us at our best. They see us as, you know, pure. So yeah, again, if you don't have that perspective of looking at yourself from a higher perspective, then you might just be caught in this 3D vision of, oh, well, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not that, I have this issue, I have this problem, like I've made this mistake in the past. But if you can be, your crown chakra can be aligned and open, then like I said, you can be open to a different way of seeing things that's above our human way of seeing things, which can be very, very flawed, very, very based on the past, not in the present moment, not really seeing through to our soul. So yeah, overall energy for this song being lots of love. And let's go ahead and move into the next part, which is the energy check. That's going to tell me about kind of your guys' situation that you're going through. And like I said, so far with the other ones, it's been very obvious the way that the song relates to what you guys are going through. So let's go ahead and see what we got for you guys. What is group 3 going through right now? What do they need encouragement with? That's kind of how it's been laying out. It's like the energy check tells me what you're going through and where you need this encouragement. Like what is the hard time that you're having? And then I think the song has been kind of a way to heal that and give some good energy towards your journey. And then, like I said, with the tarot, we'll get into actually encouraging messages straight from your spirit squad. So let's see what the Phantasma Oracle has to say about group threes. Oh my lord. Just dropped like half the deck. Okay. Energy. What are they going through? What's group 3 dealing with right now? What do they need encouragement with? What's their situation? Okay. That's 2. The Cycle and the Wizard. Okay. Never seen those two before, so I'm excited to see what kind of energy that brings. When I feel, sometimes it's hard to tell you so. You think you know. Okay. So let's start with this Medusa card. See what it has to say. 22. Medusa. The snake will shed her skin. She is not as she seemed. Rebirth, renewal, darkness, fears, purification, vitality. Interesting. So the snake will shed her skin. She's not as she seemed. The cycle is the current situation or person falling into a familiar pattern. Have you seen this before? Perhaps it's time to break that cycle. Even if it looks slightly different, know that it's a repetition. Interesting. Okay, so the Wizard, let's just keep going through for now, but yeah. The Wizard. Be aware of what others are saying to you. They may be offering most of the pieces and it can look tempting, but be sure to note what their other hand is doing. Interesting. Okay. And then here with the Intuition Oracle, we have the Confident. I honor all I have done to make me who I am today. Okay. A person with good self-esteem is like a positively charged magnet whose force field draws them to the right people and events at just the right time. The people you bring into your life are a reflection of how you feel about yourself. If you have self-esteem, you will not tolerate anyone who treats you poorly. If you have grave doubts about yourself, you will not respect anyone who tells you of your good qualities. You will attract those who focus on your weak points because you will think them smart enough to see through your facade, brave enough to confront you, and caring enough to tell you about your foibles. Unscrupulous people often use this tactic consciously to manipulate others. We can all feel good about ourselves, for we are all of divine origin. If we are not proud of ourselves, we are not proud of the divine forces that made us, the world we live in, and love itself. All right. So, yeah, definitely seeing why you guys got this song. It's really cool. Like I said, it started out as an experiment, but so far every single group, it's been very obvious why this song is going to kind of hit them, and I really suggest you listen to that because it seems like it's really going to speak to you with what you're going through right now. um so yeah, basically this song, like I said, it's from the perspective of somebody who, let's say, has a friend or has a lover, and this person, you you see them you see them as such a beautiful, loving person, but they're really doubting themselves. This person doesn't see themselves as this big ball of love. This person is having confusion and doubts about themselves. Yeah, it's really crazy how much it's going with this confident card here. Um, so yeah, I think that's the energy that you guys need. You need to hear that song telling you what a beautiful person you are, what that you are love. You're, like I said, you're a positive motivating force in people's lives. um and you need to hear that. um but kind of a message I'm getting already, which has kind of been a little bit of a running theme, is, like it says with this confident card, the people you bring into your life are a reflection of how you feel about yourself. So yeah, this has come up in a couple other, in at least one of the other groups too, where it's like when you're waiting for other people to validate you, when you're waiting for other people to tell you all the good things about yourself, sometimes it's not even enough, because like it also said here, if you have grave doubts about yourself, you will not respect anyone who tells you of your good qualities. So like if you're feeling so shitty about yourself and you're not working to find that love for yourself just coming from you, then it doesn't matter what anybody else tells you, because your belief is, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm worthless, I'm whatever the case may be that you're thinking about yourself. So then when somebody tells you otherwise, you're going to be like, oh, they're just saying that. And I've encountered this a lot. There's so many times when I try to be loving towards somebody and I can just tell that they act like they're hearing it, but in reality they don't accept it. They're like, oh, this person's just trying to schmooze me, or this person's just trying to like get me to like them or something. But it's like, no, I just am a very intuitive person, and I can tell a person's actual energy, not the energy that they're just trying to show me. And I see that you are a beautiful, loving person. But again, if that person doesn't accept that and doesn't believe that about themselves, then they're just gonna misconstrue it, um, to fit their own belief. So there's definitely a message coming, straight off the bat, of your spirit squad really wants you to work on the self-love part of your journey. They really want you to like, yes, do things like listen to songs like this, watch readings like this. Absolutely, I do it myself. Like, we all need to get pumped up, from the outside. That's a part of being human. That's a beautiful part of being human, is the fact that we can provide each other with that kind of love. But at the same time, if you're not working on the self-love part of it as well, then it's never going to be enough. Then you're going to keep reaching for compliments, keep reaching for encouragement, and keep looking for it on the outside, and not building it within yourself, and not grounding it within yourself. So like I said, it's never going to be enough, because at some point you're going to be alone, and there's going to be a situation where there's nobody there to hype you up, there's nobody there to confirm to you what a beautiful divine loving being you are, and you're not going to be able to do that for yourself because the habit that you've built is to just shit on yourself and not believe in yourself. So definitely, think about it in that more practical way of, building habits. If your habit is always, when things happen, that you focus on the worst parts of yourself, or that you don't believe in yourself, or that you feel like you're not confident, or you don't have anything to be confident about, like really face that and really work on that for at least a month. It takes a month for us to build a habit into our body. So if you've been spending years and years building this habit into your body of not being confident, of not believing that you're this beautiful, loving light in the world, that's going to take some time to reprogram, I guess would be a decent word. Not exactly what I was looking for, but with this cycle card, it says, is the current situation or person falling into a familiar pattern? Have you seen this before? Perhaps it's time to break that cycle. Even if it looks slightly different, know that it is a repetition. So there's definitely, I think, a cycle going on for you where you, like I said, you feel like you're not confident, so you find it maybe from the outside, or you do something for a little period of time, maybe a day, maybe a couple days, maybe a week or two, and then you're feeling more confident, you're feeling better, but then you get too comfortable and you think everything's all good, and you forget that, like, scientifically it takes a little bit more time than that to really build these habits, and humans are creatures of habit. Like, we are what we habitually do, you know what I mean? So I think this cycle card is coming out to, like I said, really try to make you aware of the situation that you're going through right now, and know that whatever this cycle is of not believing in yourself and not seeing yourself for like I said, just the beautiful divine being that you are, really focus on that and really work on breaking that cycle and starting a new cycle for yourself, where you're just building yourself up all the time, every day, just little by little, building habits into yourself, saying affirmations, like seeing the world differently, exercising to get endorphins, whatever you have to do, just treating yourself better on a daily basis so that you can break out of this cycle of not believing in yourself. And then with the wizard here coming out, be aware of what others are saying to you. They may be offering most of the pieces and it can look tempting, but be sure to note what their other hand is holding. So maybe in this process of you trying to find confidence and find happiness, maybe you're turning towards spiritual things, or just these kind of guru type people that claim to have the answer to your problems, but this wizard card is coming out to kind of warn you that when you're looking to people that are selling success, that are selling a dream, like, they're trying to sell you something. So don't just take what they have to say at face value. Know that there is ulterior motives there. Like, at the end of the day, they want your money. You know what I mean? What I'm doing here, I'm not making any money off this shit. Like, and you could trust me or not, but I am definitely here with good intentions of providing to you guidance from your spirit team through this tough time, because that's something that I didn't have growing up, and that's something that I wish I did have, and that's something that I want to be a part of. I feel like because of everything I've been through, now I have something to offer, as far as guidance and my strong intuition and being in touch with the spiritual world. But anyways, all of that to say that, like, what I want out of life is, that's why I chose YouTube to do this, is because I love that I can go onto YouTube and watch a tarot reading and not have to pay 1 cent. Like, I have learned recently that, the way these YouTubers make their money mostly is one off views. So if you're watching their stuff, then they're getting paid. Um, Once they have a certain amount of subscribers. Like I said, I'm not getting paid because my channel barely has any traffic. But um, another way that they get paid is by people watching their ads. And I've seen a lot of tarot readers say, like, thank you for watching my ads. If you want to support me, let the ads play. And I think that's beautiful. I think that we should not have to pay our hard-earned money if we don't have it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that no tarot reader should be charging for readings. Like, I do think that's a legitimate business, and I think that's great for people that can afford it. But if you're like me and somebody who doesn't have, a lot of disposable income, if any, to be spending on things like that, like, we still need guidance, we still need encouragement, you know what I mean? And I think it's beautiful that YouTube provides a platform to where we can do that for free, and all we have to do to give back to that person who's giving us that information, is just like let a couple of ads play and support that person. So anyways, all of that just to say that be careful. Know who you're taking advice from. Like, if you're going to take advice from somebody, know the whole story. Know what they're doing. Like I said, maybe I was here to explain that whole process of how YouTubers work, because it is different than, people who are straight up saying, I have this product, or I have um, this book or this method or whatever that's gonna change all your problems, and you just have to give me this amount of money. Like, just be aware of who you're taking advice from, because there are a lot of people out there who are not doing things from a very loving place. They're doing it because they're falling into this society's focus of making the most money that you can, and treating people like machines, and like they're just here to um, serve you and fuel our dreams. So yeah, just a message there. Be careful of who you're taking advice from. With the Medusa card, shedding your skin. What did it say? Shed her skin. She is not as she seemed. So yeah, I think that's kind of like um, a little look into the future, I guess, of if you can really work hard at building up your confidence, and breaking these cycles of limiting beliefs, and possibly childhood traumas and things like that are holding you back from being at your best. Like, you will go through this crazy transformation, and you will come out the other side just somebody that is unrecognizable to you and to the people around you, because you will be somebody who's confident, somebody who's powerful, somebody who is wise, and not just gonna take advice from whoever. Like, you're living your own path, you're blazing your own trail. Yeah, so I think that's really cool, and that's the initial energy I'm getting from you guys, and what your spirit squad wants me to know about you guys. Yeah, so let's go now into the tarot and see what encouraging messages your your spirit squad has for you. Let's see how in this process, what are you already doing well? How are you killing it? What are they proud of you for as you go through this transition of working on your confidence and, becoming more perceptive to the people around you and really being discerning of whose advice you're taking when it comes to your life. Because again, I said this in another group too, like nobody else in this world is going to live your life or deal with the consequences of your life. So you better be choosing for yourself, because if you're choosing for somebody else, then you're robbing yourself of happiness, and at the end of the day when shit hits the fan, they might not even be there for you. So yeah, really, really look out for yourself. Um, so yeah, what props do we have for group 3? What do they need to hear about how they're killing it in their life right now, even though they might not think they are? The Chariot. All right, all you guys are getting major arcanas. I think that's beautiful. Okay. All right, well, there we go. Interesting. Okay. So, what I am seeing here, we'll start with the Chariot, being that, actually, you know what? I'm going to end with the Chariot since that's the major arcana, and I'm going to start with this Eight of Wands in reverse. So the Eight of Wands talks about like everything being in alignment and like this quick action coming forward, this quick movement. So I think with this in reverse, what I'm getting is that you're doing a really good job taking your time with this transition, like, because like I said, it's going to take at least a month for you to build a new habit into yourself. And I think you already have kind of a good energy about not rushing into things. I think with this Wizard card, I think you are doing a good job of not just jumping into things and just believing people for what they say. I think that, yeah, actually, maybe it came out. I mean, it's always good advice to be careful of who you're taking advice from, but with this Eight of Wands in reverse coming out, I think it's really coming through to say, like, props to you for waiting until something feels right. Maybe you've been on the fence about following some kind of advice from somebody, but you weren't 100% sure in it. So you've been kind of waiting for some intuitive hit, and maybe with this card coming out, that's confirmation, one way or the other of where you're supposed to go as far as that. But with the Eight of Wands in reverse, I think it's, like I said, it's taking your time for everything to come into alignment, taking your time to know when something feels right and when it's time to act. You're not just rushing into things without having a stable, grounded energy about you. Like whatever it is that you're working on, like that this confidence piece is a huge part of it, and you're not rushing ahead before you've built that confidence in yourself. That's what I'm seeing here, is like this confidence piece and this self-love piece, and the self-limiting beliefs. That's a huge thing that you're going to have to conquer before you can move forward to the next phase of whatever it is that you're building right now, as far as your life goes, and you're really allowing it to take the proper amount of time before you move forward. So props to you for that. It's not easy to do, especially in this world where everybody's, like I said, in your face, showing you how they're younger than you and they already have 10 times as much money or shit like that. You know what I mean? So for you to be able to take your own time and say, you know what, yeah, this person has that and they're this age, or they've been doing what I'm trying to do for this long and they already reached this level of success, whatever, but like, this is my life, this is my time, and it's going to take however long it takes for me. And I accept that, and I'm going to find the joy and beauty in that. Four of Wands coming out in reverse is bringing me the energy of like, because the Four of Wands talks about celebration, like celebrating this very happy moment in your life. And I think that with this in reverse, it's telling me that one thing that your spirit squad wants to commend you on and say, like, you know, this is really wonderful that you're doing this, is like your victories, you're not looking for outside validation on them. You celebrate your victory because you feel like it's a victory. For example, say, I'm just going to use myself as an example. Like, I'm starting this YouTube channel, and, you know, every time I make a video, I'm very proud of it. Like, and I don't just go around to everybody saying like, oh, I made this video, like, I don't know, but basically, when I put out the video, I'm proud of it because I'm proud of it. It's not because I can tell people like, oh, hey, I made this video, I have a YouTube channel, I'm so popular, like, I'm following my dreams. Like, I am doing all those, I mean, besides the popular part, but I am doing those things, but I'm doing them for myself. And then say if like I get a couple of new subscribers, like, I celebrate that to myself. I'm not going and having to tell everybody else, because they won't even be impressed by that. They'll be like, oh, cool, like, you got 2 subscribers, like, great for you, like, pat on the back, like, who cares, you know? But for me, that's a big deal, because that lets me know that there's 2 people in the world that also believe in what I'm doing, and that what I am doing here has affected 2 people enough to where they want more of this. Like, and like I said, that's a huge deal to me. So I think whatever that relates to or translates to in your life, whatever it is that you're working on, like I said, whatever it is that you're taking your time with to build in your life, be it a relationship or some career goal or some aspect of your personal growth, whatever it might be, when it comes to like your victories, it's not based off what everybody else sees as a victory. Because like I said, in this fucking day and age, if you're not making 6 figures, or you don't have more than, like, I don't even know, I don't care, but like maybe 10,000 followers, maybe that makes you popular and cool. But like I said, your victories have nothing to do with society's definitions of what a victory is. Like, you're celebrating your own little victories. Like I said, if it comes to your goal of self-confidence, if like you you looked at yourself in the mirror today and you maybe weren't looking your best. Maybe you had like a breakout or something, or um, I don't know, your hair wasn't on fleek today or whatever it might be. But you still looked in the mirror and you said, you know what, fuck it. Like I look how I look, and I accept that, and I love that. I'm beautiful. You know what I mean? I don't have to look perfect to still be beautiful. Like I can still be beautiful when I woke up like this. um so yeah, if you can do that one day, like that might be a huge victory for you. And to tell somebody else about that, they might be like, "Oh, okay, but like what about tomorrow?" Or like um why didn't you just take the time to do your hair, or don't you think you should look presentable? Like I don't know, people can just really fuck us up with all their opinions about stuff. But the main idea from this card is that your your happiness and your sense of completion and your sense of victory, and the things that you celebrate are your own, and they are, like I said, they're at your own pace. They're based off your own values, and that's really beautiful. That's not something that a lot of people can do. Like I said, a lot of people are out here trying to reach somebody else's objective, trying to reach a goal that somebody else has set that they're supposed to reach so that they can get those people's approval. But like you're not doing that. You have your own goal in mind and you're living your own path, and I think that's really beautiful. And I can feel the energy of your spirit squad that's like, fuck yeah, you do you. You do you, boo boo. Like keep doing you. You're on the right path. And now with this Chariot card coming out as the major arcana, kind of the biggest thing that they're, and the overall energy of these encouraging messages that your spirit squad wants to say is that you have an incredible amount of determination, because the Chariot is all about willpower. It's like the Chariot comes after the Lovers card, and the Lovers is all about making a choice about how you want to live your life and who you are. So you've made that choice. You know who you want to be moving forward. Like I said, you know what skin you're trying to shed, and the new person you want to be. And now you're set on that, and you have this incredible drive to make it happen. Like I said, so much so that you don't care how long it takes. You would rather get to the right destination in your own time than get to a destination that somebody else has planned out for you, in twice the time, or way faster than you might get to the destination that you want to get to. It's like, for example, if you wanted to, I live in California, so I'm going to use a example that makes sense for me. If this doesn't make a lot of sense to you guys, I apologize, but I hope it will. Let's say like where you're trying to get in life is Hawaii, and you live in California, and you're like, I really want to go to Hawaii, but it's gonna take you, a year to be, or 2 years maybe, to be able to save up the money for you to go to Hawaii, and for you to, get the time off or whatever, or just for that to be possible. But you can go to the local beach, and you can do that, next weekend. Or you can go to, a smaller vacation spot, a little beach that's like, a couple hours away, and it's much more attainable. It's much more easily achieved, and you can just go on the weekend, and then come back home. It's like some people might rush to just do that quick thing so they can get the photos and they can show everybody that they're living their best life and they're at the beach, you know what I mean, and they're happy, rather than grinding. I don't want to say grinding, rather than working hard for a year, you know, and not having all that to show for it, not being able to take a bunch of pictures and say, look at my fabulous life, like you're just going to work and shit. But then at the end of it, the payoff is that you get to be exactly where you wanted to be. You didn't settle for anything less. Like, you know, that's an important part of your journey, I think. When it comes to confidence, it's like, in order to make your dreams a reality, that takes a lot of confidence. You have to believe that whatever it is you desire, whatever you imagine in your head, like, you deserve that and you can achieve that. If you don't have that confidence, then at some point something's going to get in the way and you're going to be like, oh, well, maybe that wasn't meant for me after all. Like, fuck. Your spirit team is saying, fuck that. Like, don't give up. Whatever it is that your goal is, whatever you can see in your mind's eye that you want for your life, you can attain that. No doubt about it. Like, just don't give up. And with this Chariot card coming out, like I said, this is the card that pretty much says that you're not going to give up. This is the card that says that you're determined and you're moving forward until you get there. So yeah, props to you guys. You're killing it. You're on the right path, for sure, as far as taking your time, being happy with what you're happy with, living life your own way, making your own metrics for what success means, and, you know, not giving up until you reach your desired outcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and see with the Tarot of the Divine, what are some blessings that are coming for you guys. So we've got the situation, we got some encouragement as far as what you guys are already doing well. Oh yeah, and this message came out in the last two groups too that I feel like is very important for this reading in general. Is that, you know, when we all have goals in life, and sometimes we get caught up in reaching the goal, and then it's okay, what's the next goal, and then we reach that goal, what's the next goal, and we don't take enough time to stop and, like I said, stop and celebrate our little victories. And that really adds a lot more happiness to our life and makes us more confident, because if you're just always looking at the next goal, like, all you're seeing is what you haven't accomplished, what you haven't done, how far you still have to go. But if you take time and, like I said, celebrate the little victories and even look back, or like I said, look in a way like this where we ask, how am I killing it right now? What am I already overcoming? What obstacles am I overcoming? How am I doing a great job with my life right now and my struggles? That can really build confidence and let us know, like, shit, well, I've already done this. I used to be like this, and then I learned these things, and now I'm this type of person. I've already grown this much. I can fucking get to wherever I want to go, you know? So that's, you know, why I asked this first question of how are you already killing it, so, you know, we can get some encouragement as far as, like, yo, you've already done all this. You're already doing this right now. Like, don't think that there's anything that you can't do moving forward. And then this next part, I'm looking at blessings that are coming as you really conquer this energy and you get through this phase of your life where you're really struggling with this confidence and you're really struggling to break old cycles and you're really struggling to provide for yourself all the guidance and all the love that you need so that you can, you know, be reborn as a new version of yourself. What is waiting on the other side of that? Like, what is waiting on the other side of this transformation? What are some blessings coming from all this hard work, you know? What is the reward for for all this work that you're doing. Let's see. Okay. That's beautiful. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Okay. Queen and King energy. All right. Jesus. Okay. Well, I think that's enough there. Those came out very quick with something to say. Very powerful. Very big blessings coming for you guys. The other ones did not have 2 court cards and a major arcana. This is like very big blessings coming for you guys. So first, with the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Cups is somebody who is very emotionally nurturing, somebody that when you go and you talk to them, they will make you feel loved, they will make you feel heard, they will make you feel taken care of. So with this coming out in reverse, what's on the other side of this is like you're going to be that for yourself. You're going to be so confident, you're going to have developed, like I said, this habit of loving yourself that whenever you need nurturance, whenever you're feeling like you need a shoulder to cry on, or you need somebody to tell you how fucking amazing you are, or just any way you need somebody to lift your spirits, like you can turn within and you will give that right to your fucking self. Like that is beautiful. That is a beautiful energy that you are moving towards. Like I said, maybe right now it's not like that, and a lot of times you feel weak and you feel, like you need something like this song, like we all do. You need something, like I said, like this reading to tell you how beautiful you are and really fill your cup emotionally to pump you up and keep you moving forward. But the more you work on this and focus on loving yourself and living life based off your own rules and following your own dreams, like you will be able to give that to yourself. You won't need that from anybody else. You will get that from more people. Actually, you will get more appreciation, you will get more love, you will get more people building you up, but you won't need it from them. You will have it deep within yourself already. Like I said, it will be a built-in habit for you to fill your own cup. Oh yeah, that's crazy. I think that's actually part of like the original Queen of Cups. Oh yeah, and you can see here too, she's like has her hand over the cup, which basically says like, my own intuition tells me what I need. Like I get what I need emotionally from the inside. Like I don't need anybody else to fill my cup. So that's beautiful. Big blessing coming for you guys there. King of Wands. That's, oh, sorry, I had to crack my neck, was a little uncomfortable. King of Wands is literally like, besides the Queen of Wands, those I think would be the 2 most confident cards in the tarot. Like the King of Wands is somebody who is fiery, they're passionate, they follow their passions. Like I said, they march to the beat of their own drum, and they have wonderful ideas. And I think how it mostly relates to you guys, like I said, is the confident part. Is you're going from somebody who's not so confident to like the king of confidence, basically. Like you're somebody who sits in their throne. They don't need to ask anybody else like, hey, am I a good king? Like, am I doing a good job? No, you fucking know, because you're the King of Wands. You know that you're doing a good job. You know that you put in a lot of hard work to become who you are, and that your strength is, like I said, following your own inner compass, following your passions, following your heart. You have a beautiful heart full of lots of love. But I think with your confidence being an area of focus, you guys don't have don't have a lot of this fire. You guys don't put forward a whole lot of passion at this point because, like I said, you're still a little bit timid. You're still a little bit, doubtful of yourself. King of Wands has no doubt about himself. Like, if you come to the King of Wands with any type of problem, whatever it is, you're like, yeah, I got the answer. Or any kind of challenge. If you challenge the King of Wands with anything, like, hey, can you do this? It's like, yeah, I can. I can do anything. That's how the King of Wands feels. The King of Wands is like, I can fucking do anything that I put my mind to. I love that. I got hyped up off that. I felt all that fire coming through. This is something that's coming for you in the future. As you work towards this, you're going to be somebody who's like, you have a desire and you go for it because you know you can achieve it. And with this confident card, it says, I honor all I have done to make me who I am today. And that applies to you right now. Like, even though you're not in this King of Wands energy, to get there, because that's the thing. That's how energy works, right? It's like, let's say this card was happiness, and happiness is your future. Happiness is your goal. You don't get to your goal of being happy by being unhappy now and then doing some shit and then magically you're happy in the future. You get to the goal of happiness by being happy now, being happy with what you have now, so that in the future you're happy with the more stuff that you have. I guess a better example would be just straight up with this confidence. Like, you don't get to the King of Wands just out of nowhere. Like, you build yourself up to that. But again, it's from building a habit in yourself of being confident. Like, so in order to get to this goal of being super confident, you have to start now with finding a little bit of confidence. And then once you have that, you add a little bit more confidence and more confidence. I hope that makes sense. I'm having a really hard time explaining it, but it's like, wherever you're trying to get, start embodying that now. Like I said, with this Queen of Cups energy, if that's where you're trying to get in the future, start doing that now. Start giving yourself love now. Start giving yourself assurance now. Start having your own back now. If in the future you're looking for confidence to achieve anything and everything you put your mind to, start doing that now. What are some ways right now? Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, like I said, but like, put your confidence towards your journey to being more confident. If you're not confident in the fact that you can be more confident, then you're not gonna be more confident. And I know that sounds really fucking silly for me to say like that, and I used confident like a million times in that sentence, but I really hope that makes sense. So with this Hierophant here, this is really cool to end off the future blessings coming for you, because I think at this point in your life, like I said, you're looking up to people like the Wizard. You're looking to people who are gurus, who are like, oh, I'm confident, I can sell you this, I have this much success, like, come learn how to get the success. Like, they have the secret to your success, but it's like, your success is your success. Their success, they got it however they got it. You're gonna find it your own way, doing your own thing. So with this Hierophant card coming out, it's like, by you going through this process of sticking to yourself and working on yourself and doing things, like I said, at your own pace, in your own way, and following your own vision, you're going to become that person that people look up to. The Hierophant is like a spiritual guide. And whether you become a spiritual guide or some other kind of guide, like maybe you're going to be a guide for people who want to start businesses, or you're going to be a guide for people who want to be a chef. I don't know. I always have trouble coming up with examples, but basically you get the energy. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna be the queen and the king of your domain, like to the point where you're so good at what you do that you're gonna be in a position to teach other people how to do what you do. You're not just gonna be doing the thing, you're now gonna be the person that people look up to figure out how to do that thing as well as you. And like I said, you're not going to be like this wizard where they're hiding something or they have their own kind of motive. Like your motive is to help people like you, people who come from a place of not believing themselves, and because you've gone through this process of not believing yourself and then working really hard to change that to the point where you did change that, like, and showed yourself that it's possible to do that. Now you can show other people that it's possible, and you can lift other people. You can lift thousands and thousands of people through that same journey. You can help them find that confidence within themselves. You're not going to tell them, oh, here, I have the confidence to give you. You're going to be real with them and say, like, hey, that confidence that you're looking for comes for yourself. I didn't get to where I am by like I said, buying some other person's version of success. I followed my own heart, I followed my own intuition, and that's exactly what you guys got to do. And like I said, apply that specifically to whatever your field is. And this can, whenever I talk about like career stuff and all that, that can also apply to like parents too. Being a parent, it is a job, whether you get paid for it or most likely not. Like that is a job as well, and that's also a way that like we can be successful in life, and that's a way that we can impart our wisdom onto others. It doesn't always have to be something that we're getting paid for. It can just be, the way that we interact with our children. So yeah, that's definitely something that's waiting for you on the other side of this journey, is that you will be somebody who's very highly respected, highly regarded in your field, and somebody that people, want advice from, and they're going to trust you because, like I said, you're not just going to sell them some get rich quick scheme, some get successful quick scheme. You're going to tell them exactly what it takes and how hard it is, but you're gonna, like I said, have been through it, and you're gonna have this Queen of Cups energy, this King of Wands energy to tell them, like, you can do it. If I could do it, you can do it. And I'll end that on that, because I think that's even if it's cliche or whatever, I think that's a beautiful message that we can all offer each other when we get to a point of success in our lives. If I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. So now we're going to get some final advice from your squad with the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. And yeah, that's, as Forrest Gump said, that's all I have to say about that. One second. Okay, so final advice. What do you guys got for group 3? What's the final advice for this chapter, Spirit Squad? Whoa. Morning. The world awaits you. Number 40. You've been alive, sure. You've been waking up, doing what you need to get through your day, going back to sleep, repeat. Have you been living though? Truly living? I think you need to hear this now more than ever. Your life is incredibly precious. Out there, the world awaits you. Now is the time to make good moments and learn to treasure them as they come. I love that. That really hit me in the heart. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful message. It's something that we can all benefit from hearing every day, you know, like sometimes we take a lot of things for granted, but the biggest thing that we take for granted, I think, is our day. Like, we just see it as, you know, this is just the day of the week, of the month, of the year, and, you know, in a few years life will be way better. But none of us are guaranteed to even reach that point. We do have today, and it's really important that we do the most that we can with it, and that we find joy in it and we find peace in it. Because when we fill our days with worry and with not believing in ourselves, like, it really is a waste, you know? Like it says, your life is incredibly precious. It is precious, and you are precious, and you are literally one of a kind. There's nobody like you in this world, and the world could really benefit from you shining your light more, and from you following your passions more, and from you getting more enjoyment out of your life. The more happiness that you can have in your life, the more that will affect the world. I mean, think about it. All the most popular, you know, celebrities or people on Instagram, like, are they people that are just waking up, going to work and going to bed? Like, no, they're people that are following their passions. That's why we gravitate towards them. That's why people are going to gravitate towards you. You know, like I said, you guys got the most kind of pumped up future of all the groups, I think. Just really big energy for you guys here. But again, like I said, you don't all of a sudden just wake up and enjoy your life so much more because you have more things. That is another habit that you need to create for yourself. Create a life now where you enjoy the shit out of your life and you enjoy the shit out of yourself, and that will attract you towards this future right here, where, you know, that's only heightened because you've done it for so long, and you continue to do it no matter what gets in your way. And then, like I said, that's what's going to attract other people to you who want that as well, and you can help them find that. So yeah, beautiful message there from your squad. Last little thing, encouraging message. Every single day of your life, you deserve to be having fun with it. You deserve to be enjoying it. You are beautiful. You will never be any younger than you are today. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. All right. And I like that it said, learn to treasure the moments as they come. So yeah, like I said, really stop, smell the roses, enjoy what you have now, because one day it'll be a distant memory, and yes, you will have beautiful things in the future as well, but you will not be able to get this time back right now. So yeah, beautiful messages. I'm going to leave that there, actually, and we're going to do the Spark Magic matches to end it off. So what I do is I put 2 here. You can either pick one that's like calling to you more if you want to just listen to one and make the intuitive decision that way, or you can listen to both and just choose based off what they say which one sounds more like something that's more enjoyable to you. Or you can just do both of them if they both sound cool to you, or you can do neither one if they both just sound fucking stupid. um, so this one says, create and add to your own spell book, compiling favorite rituals and recipes. Ooh. Love that. So even if you're not into like legit witchcraft and stuff like that, when I read this and it says add to your own spell book, I think of like affirmations, because at the end of the day, spells are words that we speak that we expect to have a certain action. So, for example, if it's like Harry Potter and you say Wingardium Leviosa, that's a spell. Those are words that you need to say to be able to, lift this thing. I think that's what that spell does. But for example, like with affirmations, let's say this is your spell. You are powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and brave. Like that's words that you're speaking, and that will have an effect on you moving forward. The outcome of that spell is that you're gonna feel powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and brave. You know what I mean? So, like I said, even if you're not into witchcraft and things like that, I think it would be really good for you to maybe write down some affirmations, or just write down like some wishes of yours, some goals, just words that will help bring your ideas into reality. And then rituals and recipes. So yeah, rituals might be like habits that you're working on. Write those down. Make it real. Make yourself accountable to those things. Recipes, maybe start cooking. I don't know. Maybe that's part of enjoying your day. Maybe you like to cook, but you're always like, oh, I don't have time for that. Like I need to be doing this and that instead. Like, if you like to cook yourself some food. And write down the recipes. So next, what life changes would you like to make during the next seasonal shift? So yeah, again, coming through with the message of, writing down goals, making them real, new habits that you want to make, changes that you want to make. This whole Medusa card was talking about shedding your skin. I think there's definitely some life changes that you want to make. And this is saying to give it, a timeline to make it more real during the next seasonal shift. So let's say it's winter for you right now. What do you want to finish by the end of the winter? Or maybe if the winter is almost over, what do you want to finish, during the spring season? Or if it's summer, what do you want to do in the summer? Whatever, you know what a seasonal shift is. I'm just trying to give examples. But yeah, write down what changes you want to make, give a timeline, and see what you can do with that. Believe in yourself. That's going to help build confidence. That really helps build confidence when you can write down goals, put them on a piece of paper, and fucking cross them out and be like, yup, I did that. Because when you're not doing that, then it's all just kind of intangible, and it can be easy to just let it fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? And just forget about it. But when you write stuff down and you cross it out, that's so much more satisfying. All right. So I think that's all I have for you guys, Group 3. Thank you so much for watching and sharing your beautiful energy with me. Like I said, you guys have a really amazing future ahead of you guys. Keep doing the inner work. Keep enjoying your life every single day. And if you guys enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. If there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in the community, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel continue and grow, please show your please show your support by subscribing to my channel and telling any friends that you might have that are into spiritual shit. Thank you again so much. Sending you all lots of peace and love. And until next time, later.